The following is a presentation of Mole Star Communications.
It was indeed a rough day for the Saskatchewan Roughriders in Ottawa last Sunday. Not only did the Ottawa defense intercept 7 passes, they knocked Saskatchewan quarterbacks Kent Austin and then Jeff Bentram out of the game. And Austin wasn't happy about the treatment he received.
I just felt like in the second half when I came back in, I took a couple of late hits and a couple of low hits. And, after one interception, I got hit in the back of the head. A guy, without mentioning names, charged after me. Ref standing right there was a clip. He didn't call it. And, just that kind of thing where they were going after me because they knew that I wasn't very mobile. I'm sure that they would think it's different. They watch the game films. But, it's right there on film to see. It's pretty obvious.
Well, I really don't think I watched the film like he watched the film, and I don't think anything we did was very late. I think maybe one hit was questionable, but that happens in a game of football. We're not playing tag out here. If he thinks he's going to come out and do anything different this week, we're going to do the same thing. And plus what he's been talking, I tell you what, we're going to make sure he knows he's in a football game.
So emotions are running high, and it will not be a stroll in the park as Ottawa meets Saskatchewan on CFN.
This is Molson Canadian Football Network.
Hey guys, just check this out at 2 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there they go.
Let's try to find out.
Oh well, they're married. Look at the ring on her finger. Maybe not.
Oh, that's not me.
All right. Send that guy right
nice
into the water.
My kind of girl, a frisbee player.
Nice throw.
Like they even see us here.
They're cute. I know, they saw us. They're just pretending not to. I'm a nice guy. Why don't I have a girlfriend that looks like that?
OV, real life beer.
3 weeks ago, the Ottawa Roughriders were 1-6, but they began turning their season around with a home victory over the BC Lions. They followed that with an impressive victory at Ivor Wynne Stadium in Hamilton, Damon Allen having another big game. The Riders then went back to defeat the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And again, it was one of the stars for Ottawa. Victory, the Eastern Riders, their 3-game win streak, 1985. Joel Moss was the coach. J.C. Watt did the quarterback. Lloyd Lewis was a rookie member of the defensive line. Lewis compares these Riders to those.
Just in 85, we just didn't have no continuity on the team. And we didn't really have it because Greg Marshall, of course, the only leader that we had at the time, was the only veteran that we had there at the time. And this team here has a lot of veterans and a lot of people who know how to get the job on time. Wow.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our CFN telecast from Taylor Field in Regina. Yes, the Ottawa Roughriders have won 3 games in a row, and they've also been doing a lot of talking. So has Saskatchewan, Neil Lumsden. A lot of venom between teams in the past week, and that can happen when you play back-to-back.
Yes, it can, but it came from the game, and when you go in to prepare for the next football game, as every team does, they're going to see the same colors, the same numbers, and the same people that really got them excited in the first place, regardless of what the situation was. It even came to the point that after the game, one of the Saskatchewan Roughrider coaches, Pal Sartori, had made a comment that next week to one of the Ottawa coaches, we'll score 50 on you. So it doesn't contain itself only to the players, and I think we're going to see a bit of that in the game this afternoon.
Well, we'll find out who can back up the talking best as the Ottawa Roughriders and Saskatchewan Roughriders meet next on the Canadian Football Network.
This CFN game is an exclusive presentation of Molson Canadian, what beer is all about. And Priority Courier, the official courier of the CFL.
Dependable performance.
BF Goodrich.
Excellent traction.
BF Goodrich.
A sense of control.
BF Goodrich at Accent Tire.
Tune-ups, brakes, carburetors, shocks, computer alignments, fuel injection systems. Accent Tire is
your complete automotive center with 2 locations to serve you.
Accent Tire, where the accent is on BF Goodrich.
The warmth and comfort of the family home begins with a fireplace from Estevan Brick. Estevan Brick offers a choice of quality fireplaces and wood-burning stoves with installation available. Consider the Osborne wood stove. Osborne engineering means more heat, less emissions, increased efficiency, and lower fuel consumption and cost. Or BIS High Tech Heating. BIS builds state-of-the-art fireplaces with the efficiency of a controlled combustion stove. Available from Estevan Brick, 140 6th Avenue East, Regina.
For over 20 years, Houston Pizza has been the place to dine with family or friends. We use only the highest quality ingredients in every meal we make. At Houston Pizza, we'll even deliver our tasty pizza and other popular dishes right to your home, fast and hot. It's guaranteed. Dine in comfortable surroundings in one of our 5 locations or have it delivered. You make the choice.
Houston Pizza, we're cooking up a tasty time.
Possession of 3rd place in the East if they can win today. 2 points ahead of Hamilton. Saskatchewan at 5-5. They're 3 behind Calgary, 6 behind Edmonton in the West. And we are underway at Windy Taylor Field. And the Roughriders from Saskatchewan have the opening kickoff and quickly take it out of bounds as Dean Dorsey tried to put it up for grabs a little bit into a very strong wind.
It will be Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan has always done, especially last year and earlier on this year, a good job of protecting Kent Austin. And he will be looking for that type of protection and maybe a little bit more this afternoon, because when he gets some time, that's when there's no question he is at his best.
On pace to break records for passing yardage and completions and all the rest of it is Austin, who tosses to Orville Lee. Lee looked like he wanted to throw a pass, but Greg Stuman and Brian Warren were having no part of that. Well, there's an indication of how strong the wind is, and Neil, it will be as big a factor as it could possibly be.
As it blows right now, it's at the back of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and I think, as Steve Goldman told us before, and I'm sure John Gregory would echo the same sentiments, when you've got the wind, you've got to get the points.
Orville Lee lost 8 yards on that play. Did it look to you like he was going to throw the ball?
Well, he certainly pulled it out, and it's whether he was ready to throw it. He had a receiver to that side, ready to go downfield.
Kent Austin, a quick kick. He didn't hit it very well. It's high. Scott Flagel has it bounce, and it's fielded by Ottawa at their 27 by Daniel Hunter. There's a flag down, a no yards penalty, and the Ottawa Roughriders have the ball at their 30. You don't see quick kicks very often anymore, but John Gregory's not afraid to try different things.
Well, I think when you play games in this type of condition, or the possibility of having this type of condition arise, you've got to have it in your playbook, and Austin has thrown the ball from the shotgun position, and that's all he was lined up in.
Austin really didn't take time to get himself set to punt the ball, though, it didn't look like.
Well, he wants to get it away quickly. I mean, the whole idea is it's surprise. Let's get him before they start backpedaling into a pattern. Fortunately, Flagel reacted, got back under, but the ball still drifted like crazy.
No yards, 81 not applied, the player was onside, 1st down Ottawa.
The kick was very high by Austin, but didn't have any drive in it at all, really.
See it right here, just a normal shotgun situation. Scott Flagel in the middle begin to back up right away.
Actually, he set himself up better than I thought he did. He just didn't get it downfield the way he would like to. So Ottawa has the ball at their 30, working into the wind. Flags down as Damon Allen sprints out to the right and is down at the 35-yard line after picking up 5 yards. The wind in favor of Saskatchewan against Ottawa in the opening quarter.
Well, Steve Goldman makes no bones about it. When you play a team like Saskatchewan and the ability that they have in their front 7 as far as stopping the run, if you can't run against them, it gives them an opportunity to
offside, Saskatchewan 99, 1st down repeated.
Really come after you, and what you want to be able to do is take some of that edge off the pass rush of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and there's one way to do it, and that's with your running game.
Saskatchewan, the most difficult team in the CFL to run against. As you said, Neil, 87 yards per game is what they've allowed on average. Damon Allen on 1st and 5 is dropped for a loss of a yard. It was Chuck Klingbeil who had been offside. on the previous play, and he was in on the tackle on Damon Allen.
Well, Saskatchewan's pass rush, if they let Damon Allen go, they want to funnel him up the middle, so he will have to face the linebackers. But right there, Allen had plenty of time, but it's that big push by Chuck Klingbeil. He can be double-teamed, but because of his power, he can still get up and cause some problems.
Well, they say he bench presses 600 pounds, which is kind of beyond reality, but I guess he does. Here's a draw play, Reggie Barnes, and he busts it out to the 50-yard line, and that's an Ottawa first down. Reggie Barnes playing his 7th game of the year in the backfield with David Conrad and Damon Allen at quarterback. The receiving core, Jeff Smith playing his 3rd game, and David Williams outside really hitting his stride now. And the offensive line, the same 5 people who have been there since the beginning of the season, and that's the kind of continuity you want on that offensive line. Damon Allen throws complete to Jeff Smith on first down across center field of the Saskatchewan 54-yard line for a 6-yard gain. Rasevich made the stop.
Rasevich responsibilities, he'll drop, then go to the flat. He makes the read, the recognition out on Smith very quickly. Rasevich has probably had his best year as a CFLer, and he points out that he's been healthy. And I'll tell you what, he's been flying around on defense. He's made big plays, and even then he continues to be outstanding on special teams.
They spot the ball at the Saskatchewan 52. It's an 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2, Ottawa. Allen to Barnes, hit by Eddie Lowe, but Barnes with good strength across the 50 and into the Rider 49, maybe the 48, for an Ottawa first down. Well, the Saskatchewan defensive front, one of the reasons why they have the best defense against the run in the CFL. Big, strong, agile people there. Dave Albright playing his 2nd game since coming back from a very serious toe injury. A little rusty last week. And the secondary, same unit that played in Ottawa last Sunday. Glenn Suter, the safety, playing his 115th consecutive game. He hasn't missed one in his 7-year career. 1st and 10, Ottawa from the Saskatchewan 48-yard line. David Conrad with the handoff from Damon Allen across the 45 to the Saskatchewan 44, as Ottawa does a nice job of controlling the ball into the wind, and that'll play a big role in this game.
Well, Reggie Barnes has the ability to affect the play even when he doesn't get the ball. And I think both coaches understand that if they can influence a defense by using someone else and then giving it back underneath like they did there to Conrad, it just balances up your offense and takes the edge off of one guy.
Damon Allen back to pass, and he throws it. It's intercepted by Richie Hall. And Richie Hall may take it all the way to the 20, the 10, and cut down at the 5.
Priority Courier, I have a pickup.
Call Priority Courier for overnight delivery, and you're dealing with Canada's largest courier network. You've got the whole country covered. Evenings and weekends, too. Priority Courier gets it there overnight, guaranteed. Because your priorities are ours.
Introducing Hot Wings, new from Kentucky Fried Chicken. Tender chicken wings, a crispy coating, and just a little extra zip. Get them while they're hot. Hot Wings, new from Kentucky Fried Chicken.
There are paintings, and then there's the Mona Lisa. There are stereos, and then there's Pioneer. In a world of the ordinary, Audio Warehouse presents the extraordinary. Pioneer, 6 hours of compact disc performance at your command. Pioneer, the future of sound, uncompromising performance, unparalleled design. There are stereo stores, and then there's Audio Warehouse, committed to serving you for over 25 years.
5th interception of the year for Richie Hall, and he has the Saskatchewan Roughriders on the Ottawa 4-yard line. penalty on that play, too, which moved it from the 8 to the 4.
Well, Allen does what he does very well, but sprint out, but he just underestimates Richie Hall, throws it into what I would consider very tight coverage around Ellingson, and then Hall comes in from the outside. Now he directs a little bit of traffic. And the final play was made by Stefan Jones, who was out of bounds and then came back inbound.
He ran out of bounds on his own and came back in to make the tackle. Milson Jones has a touchdown.
Nice to come in just for one play and score a touchdown. Milson Jones makes that step up inside, draws the defense in. Everyone takes that one step to follow where he normally hits up in there, and then his quickness, he pops it back out around the end and takes it into the end zone. A little bit of deception and changing up a short yardage play.
5th touchdown of the year for Milson Jones. Saskatchewan capitalizes very quickly on the turnover and leads 7-0. You're watching Molson Canadian Football Network.
In Canada, to be successful, a beer must have certain attributes. It must be clean and clear, crisp and cold. And it must have a genuine Canadian taste. Molson Canadian, what beer's all about.
You want a great slide? Waterworks has it. You gotta come for the ride. The Renaissance has it. So refreshing and cool. Take a dip in the pool at the Waterworks. At the Renaissance, bring the family out. Waterworks has it. And find what fun is about. The Renaissance has it. If you want a great time where the water is fine, come to the Waterworks.
The Ramada Renaissance. Ask about their special weekend rates.
I'm in a service bay here at Mr. Lube where you can choose from 18 brands of oil and just about any original equipment oil filter. And while you enjoy a complimentary newspaper and coffee, Mr. Lube will give your vehicle a 21-point visual maintenance inspection. 18 brands of oil, 10-minute service, and no appointment required.
Ready to roll.
Mr. Lube.
Drive right in, be good to your car. You're miles ahead with Mr. Lube.
We'd like to welcome our viewers on Sports Channel America. Bob Irving with Neil Lumsden at Taylor Field in Regina. The Saskatchewan Roughriders leading Ottawa 7-0. 4:50 the time of the Milson Jones touchdown in the first quarter. Very strong wind here, 48 kilometers an hour. That's about 30 miles an hour, and it's in Saskatchewan's favor in this first quarter. Stacey Dawsey with the Ridgeway kickoff. Nice move by Dawsey to get by one rider. And he's able to manufacture that into about 30 more yards up near center field.
Well, I spoke about how Milson Jones many times has hit up in there. Watch the right guard, Poley. He pulls out. Good block down right there to take that away. Poley kicks out. And Milson Jones just has to weave his way into the end zone.
Milson having a very solid year. His 9th season in the CFL. That was a 46-yard return by Stacey Dawsey. Steve Goldman, the Ottawa coach, said we have to do a better job of returning kicks today. That's what he was looking for. Damon Allen to Reggie Barnes on first down, and Barnes will get 5 to the Saskatchewan 51-yard line as the Ottawa Roughriders, Neil, have run with some success in the early going. Hard to run against Saskatchewan, but they have done it to some degree.
Well, I think the key to having some success is to be able to mix up your offense. If you keep pounding in there play after play, they're eventually going to shut it down. But if they do work some play action into it, run the ball both inside and out, those different types of play keeps defenses sitting back a little bit. Again, takes that edge off. And that's what Steve Goldman wants to do. He wants to take some of that pass rush edge off that front four of Saskatchewan.
Well, the officials are having a discussion with the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Bobby Jurison leaves the field, and Wayne Drinkwalder will come in for at least one play.
Well, this is the second or third time we've seen players in the CFL being sent off. A number of different teams And again, sometimes they put a substance on their shoulder pads, could be Vaseline, spray of silicone, to help them out. They look for that edge, but sometimes the offensive linemen don't tape their hands up completely, and they can feel it.
2nd down and 5, Ottawa, Saskatchewan 51. Allen throws, but the pass was low, intended for Ellingson. And so Ottawa will have to punt into this stiff wind for the first time in the game.
Well, quarterbacks throwing against the wind often fall prey to the wind pushing the ball down a little bit, especially when you're throwing across. When you throw with it, it can carry it, it can wobble it. So the quarterbacks and receivers are going to have to deal with the wind along with the kick returners and the punters.
Terry Baker will deal with it for the first time in the game. 3rd down and 5, Ottawa, Saskatchewan 51. 9 minutes to go. We're in the first quarter. Saskatchewan leads 7-0.
Use as much of that 20-second clock as you can, too.
They come after Baker, and he gets a good kick away into the wind, low and spiraling. Orville catches it, and his momentum takes him out of bounds at the Saskatchewan 31-yard line. But you won't kick it much better than that, given the wind we have today.
Well, Baker knows what it's like to kick into the wind, having played here. When he drops the football, not only will it affect the ball after it comes off his foot, but the distance between his hands and when the ball hits the foot. The wind will affect the ball then. It'll turn it a little bit. It'll move it. That makes it even tougher on a kicker.
Neil, that was a 20-yard kick, and that was a good kick, given these conditions. Austin will throw on 1st down, diving reception up at the 40-yard line. Don Narcisse made the catch for a gain of 8.
From the 31 to the 40.
Well, I think the extra coverage that Ray Elgard will receive this afternoon, it'll open things up for Narcisse Guy and Bruce Boyko, who was lining up where Jeff Fairholm would be.
Saskatchewan goes without the huddle, trying to take advantage of the wind and get as much time with it as possible. Milson Jones carries on 2nd down. Looks like he has a 1st down. Jones and Lucius Floyd in the backfield with Kent Austin. Tim McCrae still a week away from returning. Elgard and Boyko the slot backs as Jeff Fairholm remains sidelined. And the offensive line, like Ottawa's, a veteran unit that has been there all season. Guy on the receiving end of an Narcisse pass, and he has it knocked away. They ruled it incomplete. Derek White was there to break it up.
Oh, great defensive play by Derek White, because it looked like Guy had the ball, but White just gets his arms around, and after the ball seems to be on Guy's chest, just really starts to slap away, making sure that he doesn't forget about Guy's ability to turn and run with it. Watch this. Just keep hacking at it. That's good defense.
2nd down and 10, Saskatchewan. Shotgun, low snap. Austin picks it up nicely. There's a flag on the play. The pass intended for Elgard, but it was high.
Show you how bad the wind is. The flag was thrown on the line of scrimmage, and it ended up 15, 20 yards downfield.
Well, Saskatchewan's going to hang on to the ball. It's offside against Ottawa.
Offside, Ottawa 44, 2nd down repeated.
And the thing about the wind, Neil, as you've pointed out, it's great to have it, but it's not easy to throw with the wind.
No, because the ball will carry. And it comes at you a little bit quicker, too, so receivers might end up using their body a bit more to catch the ball instead of trying to lay it with their hands.
Brian Warren was offside in his first game in Ottawa. Austin fakes and then throws for Elgard, but the pass was low, and there was an Ottawa defender there, Brett Young, to break it up. And so now Saskatchewan will have to punt on 3rd and 5, and they'll kick with the wind. John Gregory very confident about his football team, even though they're only 5-5. He says we have good players, we have a good team. We will be there in November.
Really did seem relaxed when we talked with him yesterday, and we've seen him in the past and had those meetings with him when they've been in the same type of situation. Ottawa offside.
And a big punt by Lazecki that'll carry through the Ottawa end zone, but the offside penalty will likely give Saskatchewan a 1st down and a chance to hang on to the football, as Lazecki, with that wind, just got it airborne, and the breeze did the rest.
Doesn't take much.
Well, again, penalties in 3rd down situations that give the other team a 1st down are just about as bad as penalties get, and Ottawa just committed one.
Offside, Ottawa 45, 1st down.
Greg Stuman was offside.
You really do look at it and you say, why? What's the reason? Defensive player should be watching the ball. And right there you see the step in, and then everyone comes.
First and 10 for Saskatchewan from their 52. Lucius Floyd carries across center field to the Ottawa 53-yard line. Floyd has played very well replacing Tim McRae, especially catching the ball. He's cut 39 passes for 445 yards.
He's played well enough to not rush Tim McRae back into the lineup. They now have the luxury of making sure he's 100% before getting him back in.
2nd and 6, Saskatchewan. Austin puts it up long for Don Narcisse. There's a flag on the other side of the field. Narcisse couldn't get to the ball, but Mark Guy collided with Derek White on the other side of the field, and interference will be called. Holding, which is a version of interference.
Holding, Ottawa 31, first down.
Last week at Lansdowne Park, the Saskatchewan Roughriders took 13 penalties, all of which John Gregory said were good calls. They were all penalties. Referees around the country will be glad to hear a coach admit to that, saying there wasn't one mistake, they were all good.
It's a very rare thing for a coach to say that all these penalties were warranted. Don Narcisse with a first down pass from Austin to the Ottawa 37-yard line. Another 5 or 6 yard gain for Saskatchewan. Narcisse has caught a pass in every game this season.
Well, just because you have the wind behind you doesn't mean you have to throw the ball long. You can run the same types of patterns. Control the inside, use your wideouts with the speed and bring them across the middle like you did there to Narcisse.
Narcisse caught 8 last week against Ottawa for 113 yards. And Austin has gone to him 2 or 3 times already today. Lucius Floyd off the left side, inside the Ottawa 35, near the 33, and close to a Saskatchewan first down. Saskatchewan leading 7-0, 5:27 remaining in the opening quarter at Taylor Field in Regina, and threatening to score more. Given the wind conditions, Neil, we'd look at this game and say the team that puts the most points up and takes most advantage of the wind will win this game.
I think that's the natural way to look at it, but I think the team that can put a drive together and score against the wind will be just as important. Just because you go into the wind doesn't mean you can't throw the ball, doesn't mean you can't do a lot of things. Many times I think it affects a player's thinking that, okay, we only have 2 quarters, we'll only be with the wind twice. You can't think like that. You still have 4 quarters. The game doesn't change just because the wind's blowing. You just have to change your thinking a little bit and how you do it.
First down from the 33 of Ottawa for Saskatchewan. Flags fly as Austin throws deep and has a touchdown. Don Narcisse.
Don Narcisse. Flags on the play.
I think they'll be bringing that one back, and Don Narcisse knows it as he makes his way back. It's procedure.
Procedure, Saskatchewan 57, first down repeated.
So that's right guard Bob Poley who is called for procedure.
There he is, just coming out of that 3-point stance. He steps out to block the end as the tackle steps down. He wants to get that a little bit of an edge in the head start to get out front, because when you're blocking a guy like Stuman, you want all the odds on your side.
First down over, 15 to go. Saskatchewan at the Ottawa 38, and the touchdown is erased. Austin throws Narcisse again to the 30 and inside to the 28-yard line for 10 yards as Kent Austin looks often with success for Don Narcisse.
Oh, they're running Elgard straight downfield. There goes Elgard. Narcisse waits, cuts underneath. Watch number 27, Daniel Hunter. He has to come around Elgard. That's, I won't call it a pick play, but it's nicely placed as far as a cut and where your receiver goes downfield. One clears out, the other one comes underneath.
Second down and 5, Saskatchewan at the Ottawa 28. Austin from the shotgun, same side, and Lucius Floyd with the ball, and he's down to the 10 and inside of the 7 before Scott Flegel makes the tackle. Ottawa has made a couple of changes in their secondary, and Daniel Hunter and Brett Young on that side are playing in different positions this week.
Well, even the minor movement in a secondary and changing of assignments can cause some confusion, because you've got to learn to react in those positions. You're not supposed to stop and think about it. And I think in that situation, they had Floyd on middle linebacker Bruce Holmes, and that's a bit of a mismatch, at least as far as speed goes.
Hunter was inside last week. He's on the corner now, and Brett Young inside. Austin throws, touchdown, Elgard.
The key to the whole drive is when Kent Austin has thrown the ball. Watch how many white jerseys are around him. None. And when that happens, he has the ability, as well as anybody in this league, to sit back and recognize what the defense is giving him, make the right read, and go to it. And many times that right read is to Ray Elgart.
21st touchdown pass of the year for Kent Austin, and Saskatchewan has a 14-0 lead with 3:29 left in the opening quarter.
Finally, that special holiday you've dreamt about. All the details have been taken care of, including the added and improved benefits of Extend-A-Plan from Group Medical Services. More coverage for ambulance service, preferred wards, private duty nursing, and non-formulary prescription drugs. New coverage for diabetic supplies, oxygen equipment, and ostomy supplies. Plus optional out-of-province coverage up to $1 million. So on vacation or right here at home, be protected with Extend-A-Plan from Group Medical Services.
Lotto 649 asks, how big is $12 million?
Big, 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 big.
No, $12 million is bigger than that.
Big, 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 big.
This Wednesday's Lotto 649 estimated jackpot is a tremendous $12 million.
Ray Elgart has just scored his 9th touchdown of the season on a pass from Kent Austin. Saskatchewan ahead 14-0, and Stacey Dossey from his 5 with a kickoff return. Down at the 24-yard line is Dossey, and there is a flag on the play.
Normal steps back as far as the drop goes, but look how hard that offensive line is working to keep people away from Austin. Not only away from sacking him, but away of his sight of vision down the field.
Interesting, too, Neil, to see Austin loves to throw those short intermediate passes. Only 11 completions outside of 30 yards, or for more than 30 yards. He'll just pick you to death, and he's done that to many teams this season. Reggie Barnes tries to find a hole off the left side on a first down carry for Ottawa. Not much there. He gets a couple.
The point of attack, just pile it up, and that's what that defense does with Lewis and Jurison. And then a host of other green sweaters led by Albright.
That was a 14-play, 78-yard Saskatchewan touchdown drive. And these plays become critical into the win now for Ottawa. 2nd and 8 from their 26. If they can't make it, Saskatchewan will get the ball in great field position. Reggie Barnes on a draw, and he stopped at the 30. Richie Hall came up to make the play. Barnes needed 4 more for the first down, so Terry Baker once again will have to punt into the wind.
Look for a minute like Barnes had a seam. You see all the pressure comes inside. The lead block by Kerry Ilarenko. But number 7, Richie Hall, who got them down close for their first touchdown on Milson Jones on an interception, was probably the key person there to keep him away from the first down.
There you see again the wind strength at Taylor Field, 48 kilometers per hour. And Terry Baker will take that on head on. His first punt, 21 yards, and it was a good punt. 2:15 left in the opening quarter. Baker letting the clock run down as far as possible without taking a penalty, and he gets another good kickoff low and a decent bounce. Mark Guy in Saskatchewan territory. Bruce Holmes stops him as he tries to round the corner and flings him to the turf at the 51-yard line of Ottawa. A 27-yard punt and a 5-yard return. And believe me, with this win today, a 27-yard punt is an outstanding punt.
Well, the odds are definitely in your favor when you're kicking the ball. If you can keep it low, it doesn't have to be pretty, and sometimes you can get yourself a decent bounce too.
Kent Austin having a terrific year, 59% completion average. He's had 6 300-yard passing games. He'll hand off to Lucius Floyd on first down across the 50 to about the 48-yard line. Ottawa Rough Rider defense has really played well in their 3-game win streak. Lewis and Kropke inside, Koka and Stum in the ends. The linebacking core. Brian Warren playing his first game with Ottawa, cut by BC this year. And the secondary again with Young in at halfback this game, and Hunter moved to corner. And again, Austin goes after that area and finds Narcisse to the 33 of the Ottawa Rough Riders. Kent Austin has worked that right side from the beginning of this game, and the Ottawa Rough Riders haven't been able to stop him.
Well, watch how Narcisse just goes down to a point and settles in the stop area. See, Brian Warren's dropping out. He doesn't get enough width when he drops, so Narcisse doesn't come into the pattern. And of course, the coverage over top by Hunter is 5 yards off, so it works well.
Austin to Mark Guy at the 25. Hit hard by Derek White, but he has another good gain of about 8 yards. Austin's a real surgeon. He will take what is there, as they say in coach's parlance, and do it very well. Derek White made Mark Guy pay for that catch. 20 seconds left in the opening quarter. Saskatchewan second and a couple from the 25. Orville Lee carries against his old team. Hit hard by Warren, but he gets to the 21 and gives Saskatchewan another first down. 11 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Austin wants to get a play off quickly, but of course the clock didn't stop and time has now expired, so without a penalty this will be the last play of the quarter.
Took some time to get the short yardage team out.
Austin will throw it into the end zone, and it's no good, but there's a flag down. There was some contact between Narcisse and Daniel Hunter, and the flag came down a little bit late. Let's see what that is. As we might have guessed, interference against Ottawa.
Forward pass interference. Ottawa 27. First down.
Daniel Hunter on the corner. What he does, I think he tries to force Narcisse out. There was a late flag.
Well,
nevertheless, a flag.
Narcisse ran an out and up, and Hunter made contact when he turned upfield because he had gotten caught on the play. Austin into the end zone, and it's over the head of Don Narcisse, and that play will end the opening quarter that has seen the Saskatchewan Roughriders run out to a 14-0 lead over the Ottawa Roughriders.
A live minnow and a bobber. He swims around down there.
I hear him down there. I hear fish lips smacking. Yeah, it looks good to me, too. I don't know why they don't bite the things. No actions at all. Fish? Yeah. You ain't gonna find anything better than this fish. Mr. Minnow. I got worms, you guys.
See a doctor about that, Greg.
OV. Real life beer.
Oh, won't you stay just a little bit longer?
Stay at the Ramada Renaissance. Superb standards reflect the cornerstone of our ideals. No other world-class hotel offers more for less. So rendezvous at the Renaissance. Ramada Renaissance.
The Ramada Renaissance. Ask about their special weekend rates.
The rigors of the Canadian climate can be hard on every exterior finish available, except for Super Seamless steel siding. Manufactured on location for custom fit, Super Seamless protects your home with a seamless envelope of tough Canadian steel and a resilient PVC finish, available in an attractive choice of colors and profiles. For permanent strength and beauty, expert workmanship, and the strongest guarantee in the industry, right across the nation. Call the Super Seamless dealer nearest you.
Second quarter starts at Taylor Field with Saskatchewan second and goal at the Ottawa 5. Ottawa now with the win. I don't know if it'll help them much in this situation or not. Austin gets away from some good pressure, throws into the end zone, and it's caught by Narcisse, but they say he did not come down. in bounds in possession of the football, and Kent Austin was tackled hard just as he threw the ball.
Well, Austin first got away from some early pressure, but as you said, just as he stepped and threw the ball, he was hit from behind. You'll see a good look right here. The first pressure is going to force him a little bit to his right. He's coming out right here. Kulka gives him his first look right there. And remember, Austin hurt his ankle last week and was pulled down there. What a spectacular catch. That was one heck of a catch.
And a very difficult call for the official, Narcisse, fighting to get control of the ball. But they ruled he did not have control. Inbounds, and Dave Ridgway will attempt a 12-yard field goal, which would normally be automatic. The wind makes it perhaps a little less so, but Ridgway puts it through there. Ottawa moved, but they got back onside, and so there's no penalty, and Ridgway has a field goal, and Saskatchewan has a 17-0 lead.
Move, they leaped. That wasn't just a little movement. These guys leaped. Watch this, interior of the line. I think they're on springs. It was close whether they got back or not. Evidently they did, because there was no flag.
Lloyd Lewis tackled me and did that. Every time they tackled me, they twisted my ankle. Every time.
So you hear Kent Austin.
Lloyd Lewis did it down there twice.
He accused the Ottawa Roughrider defensive players of going after his sore ankle last week and is doing so again. Glenn Kulka would say this isn't flag football.
That's right. Well, we'll keep a close eye to see if there's any extra emphasis when he is taken down from behind, and if people are rolling on tackles. Usually that's the only time you get a real good look at it, is if they grab his legs and then they roll their body as he's going down.
You know, I guess there's a fine line, Neil, between playing this game the way it's meant to be played, which is tough, and going beyond the bounds of what is fair play. And I'm not sure if Ottawa's doing that, are they?
Well, I don't know. You're coming down to get a sack at a quarterback, and you're going to go as hard and do whatever you can to bring him down.
Saskatchewan has the Ridgway kickoff. Albert Brown went up to get it, and the Saskatchewan Roughriders will have the ball at center field.
To open the game, Dean Dorsey did exactly the same thing, but not with the same success. Look at this. There has to be some people of Ottawa going up and knocking people down, so they can't get downfield to receive the ball. Then the second wave, they should know that was going to be coming.
Ridgway did a beautiful job of kicking that ball into the wind, and the wind, of course, held it up forever. Saskatchewan was able to get down under it and come up with it, and Kent Austin and the Saskatchewan offense back onto the field. Toss to Lucius Floyd, right side, good yardage inside the Ottawa 50 to the 49 for a gain of 6. Remember again, Saskatchewan is now working into the strong wind, and Ottawa has it in their favor.
Oh, a quick toss to the short side of the field, and if you're going to have success in a toss play, you need to take that corner, that where your slot back and your tackle line up, and they did that very well. And you can bet they won't be going into a hurry-up offense here.
Second down and 4. Saskatchewan at the Ottawa 48. Austin to Elgard, through his hands, intercepted by Holmes, and he's down at the 43-yard line. Very rare to see Ray Elgard have a pass go through his hands like that. The Ottawa Roughriders have a turnover, and they need it as they're down by 17.
I like Diet 7-Up. I like to hit people. If I had to give one of them up, I'd say no.
In BC, 64% of football fans tested preferred the taste of Diet 7-Up over Diet Coke.
I'm really very nice.
Challenge your taste.
It's all
almost over. Time is running out. You don't want to miss Hauser Passport's inventory clear-out. It's the last chance to own a new Optima and receive 4.9% financing over 48 months or up to $1,800 cash back. There's very little time left to act on low-rate GMAC financing or cashback programs. Now is the time to buy. The prices are right. The financing low. Hauser Passport Regina, 550 Broad, where the Hauser reputation rides with every car and truck sold.
In the beginning, things were quite easy. People's tastes were simple. Then, things changed, and the Radio Center grew.
Radio Center invites you to a 1991 RCA showcase. Come in and see the new RCA televisions, VCRs, and camcorders. RCA and Radio Center, moving into the 90s.
Radio Center. What a great idea.
Bruce Holmes, the second leading tackler in the CFL, has just made his second interception of the year, and the Ottawa Roughriders get a chance to work with the wind for the first time now in the second quarter. Damon Allen pass complete to Reggie Barnes to center field, and he's to the Saskatchewan 52-yard line.
First down. Well, the man who has the nickname of the Buzzard, and we'll elaborate on that a little bit later. See him drop to the left there, and he makes the read. As soon as he sees Elgaard coming across, he changes his direction. And when he does that, it comes off the hands of Elgaard and into his hands. Here comes Stuman. Good clean shot.
Didn't see any ankle twisting there. Damon Allen slips as he drops the pass. He'll take off and run with it and go out of bounds at the Saskatchewan 44-yard line. That'll be a gain of 8 yards for Allen.
Well, when Allen can get out and upfield, he's dangerous. He is a real threat and pressure on the secondary. That little slip kind of causes him some problems. He does regain his balance, and oftentimes when players wrap their ankles, tape over the tape underneath, they twist the tape underneath so it goes in between the cleats. Because sometimes when you just wrap it, it becomes another surface on the shoe and can become very slippery.
Second down and 2, Ottawa from the Saskatchewan 44. Reggie Barnes left side, and he has the first down close to the Saskatchewan 40-yard line. Al Ford, the general manager of the Riders, says teams coming in here don't always know how to deal with this sand-based turf and do some slipping and sliding, and he feels his team has a real advantage playing here, Neil, because they know exactly what footwear to wear to deal with this turf.
Anytime you go on the road and there is any question as far as footwear or what the weather could bring, you always take 3, 4, maybe more pair of shoes. When it rains here, it gets even worse, and I think even the Saskatchewan Roughriders will admit that they have a tough time dealing with it when the surface is wet.
From the 41 of Saskatchewan, Damon Allen back to pass, and he throws long. Stephon Jones, the intended receiver, but there was no way he was going to get close to that one.
Well, no one's got that kind of speed. I think even Damon Allen will admit to that. He wants to lead Stephon Jones over the middle. The middle was wide open. He's going to have to take a little bit off it and get the ball down a bit.
Likes to throw to Stephon Jones. They were teammates in Edmonton a couple of years ago. Steve Goldman watching his team shoot for its 4th straight victory. It's been a long time since that happened to the Ottawa Roughriders. 1983, they won 4 in a row under George Brancato. Second and 10, Ottawa from the Saskatchewan 41. We're early in the second quarter. Saskatchewan leads 17-0. Allen, big pressure, and he just puts it up there, and the wind really carried that ball. Again, Stephon Jones had no chance of getting to it. And as we said earlier, the wind has as much of an effect on the ball when you're throwing with it almost as against it.
Well, the pressure forces Allen to throw before he wants to. Suter is up on the wide side of the field, close to the line of scrimmage. Normally he's backpedaling at that point. Last week, Ottawa faced 14 different types of blitzes from the secondary of Saskatchewan. And that time, it works, because what happens if it forces the quarterback to throw the ball when he doesn't want to, it's as good as a sack.
Dean Dorsey on to attempt a field goal. Shouldn't have any trouble getting it there with the wind. Ken Hobart notices that Ottawa is short a man and, of course, takes the penalty, but it'll be 5 more yards Dorsey has to deal with.
Well, you just never know these days when someone stands up and starts counting players or looking for a piece of equipment. What's going to happen?
Ottawa number 2, 3rd down near field.
David Conrad, the former Saskatchewan Roughrider, was the man who wasn't on the field as he should have been. Dean Dorsey, 24 out of 33 this year, 73% of his kicks. This will be a 53-yard try. We'll call it 52. Not a good snap, and Dorsey had to hesitate, and he kicks it wide. Albert Brown will bring it out. And he gets away from a couple of Ottawa players. Albert Brown up to the 40 and down at the 46 of Saskatchewan. We have 10:47 left in the second quarter. Molson and CFN proud to bring you the best of Canadian football.
In Canada, when someone moves into a place of their own, a traditional gathering is held. It's called a housewarming. Molson Canadian. The clean, cold taste of a genuine Canadian beer. What beer's all about.
It's about challenge, about pacing yourself, finding something that works. It's a sense of direction. Getting you where you want to go. The Regina Battery Depot.
That long stretch of highway carries its own rewards. A hot cup of coffee, roadside conversations, a sense of direction.
Getting you where you want to go. The Regina Battery Depot.
Gee, you've lost a lot since then.
What, my style?
No, your hair.
When it's possible to change the situation, why not do something about it? That's why I trusted my hair loss problems to the expert at Airfax. A volumeter doesn't change my life, but it sure makes it a little fuller. Airfax can help you get back that youthful look.
Albert Brown with a 49-yard return of the wide field goal, and Saskatchewan with the ball at their 45. Austin to throw. Narcisse has it at the 50, but he is brought down very quickly by Derek White and Brian Warren.
Bit of a miscue in that combination, the snapper to the holder. Ken Hobart bobbles the ball, does get it down, but it's going to throw off Dorsey. And when you kick a field goal, you've got primarily offensive players on the field. So in this situation, a bunch of offensive linemen are running down to cover. Now, they're not your defensive type players. You know, they're not going to get down there as quickly as a bunch of linebackers would. And that's why he gets a pretty good return.
Not the normal kick coverage team that you've had out there. Elgard on 2nd and 6 has a big gain to the Ottawa 42-yard line.
Right over the middle where we've seen Elgard, and we'll see more of them too. Lots of time. A little bit of pressure lately, but Ken Austin is having some fun sitting back, not feeling a lot of pressure, occasionally getting some shots. But when you have that much time, and I said it earlier, Austin can kill you. He's killed many a defensive when he has given it.
Bob Foley, the right guard, snaps the ball, and Milson Jones carries down to the Ottawa 32-yard line. This is a wrinkle Saskatchewan put in last week against Ottawa, where Foley, who plays right guard but has played a lot of center, just runs out and snaps the ball.
Yeah, everyone probably thinks Austin's making a mistake. Then they do a quick toss that side of the field.
And that's a very legal maneuver, obviously, and the offensive linemen all hold their normal positions. None of them move. Foley just becomes the center at guard, if you know what I mean. 2nd and 1, Saskatchewan. Milson Jones carrying out the right side, and he'll be close to the first down. We asked John Gregory why he would do something like that, and he said, just for fun.
Oh, sure. It makes the defense stand back and say, what the heck's going on? And again, makes them think, or maybe change what they were going to do or how they react. If you can do that once in a while, that's fun, but it's only the offense having fun. It's not the defense having fun.
Can get the defense guessing, and that's what you want to do. First down, Saskatchewan. Ottawa 31, Saskatchewan leading 17-0 and marching the ball into the wind. Patrick Wayne was away offside, and the whistle had blown before the play started.
I'm seeing Ottawa losing their cool a little bit, trying to do it all at once. Now this time Patrick Wayne wants to get a blitz. He wants to get a jump on it. But you just can't go
Ottawa 35,
full
breaking
bore.
the line of scrimmage. First down.
It's like when you're on offense, you don't have to throw the ball deep into the end zone every time. Saskatchewan didn't.
Look at the penalty total. Ottawa 7, Saskatchewan 3. Saskatchewan took 14 last week, and they're winning the battle in that department today. 1st and 5 at the 26 of Ottawa. Lucius Floyd with the ball. Gets away from 2 riders and is inside the 20 to the 18-yard line for another Saskatchewan first down.
What a great move by Floyd. Watch the spin back in. Brian Warren's coming in for a kill shot right about now. Look at this. Whoosh. No, he's not.
Lucius Floyd giving Tim McRae lots of time to get healthy again. John Gregory faces a very difficult decision when McRae is fully healthy. Does he take Floyd out? He's played so well. Narcisse on the receiving end of the pass down to the 4, and again Bob Poley centered the ball back to Kent Austin.
So I guess that means they're having a little bit more fun. That puts Mike Anderson at guard and stretches Aldag out to tackle. It really just makes the defense line up a little bit differently and makes them shift. All of a sudden they see what's happening. They shift their alignment to the ball. You know, you get used to lining up on one guy and someone else starts snapping the ball. That can throw you off.
You can see the concern etched on Steve Goldman's face. 1st and goal, Saskatchewan at the 4. Milton Jones carrying. There is a flag down as Jones gets close to the 1. That catch by Don Narcisse on the last play was his 6th of the game for 60 yards. And another penalty against Ottawa will move it down to the 2-yard line. Unless they keep the run to the 1, which I don't think they will.
Mark Guy.
Outside, Ottawa 68. First down.
Taken to the bench. They're showing some concern. I don't know exactly what happened to him, but they got him off very quickly.
Down, ball on the 2.
So it's 1st down and goal to go again, this time from the 2 for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And they have that short yardage team in again. Milton Jones gets it again, and he finds the end zone. Milton Jones' 2nd touchdown of the game.
Well, whenever you watch the Eskimos play, you're pretty comfortable, and you're used to seeing Blake Marshall get the ball. It's the same thing here with Saskatchewan. When you get down closer at short yardage situation, you can bet Milton Jones is the guy standing behind the quarterback, and 9 times out of 10 he'll get the ball. Doesn't always go to the same spot, mind you, but he'll get the ball.
6th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the day for Milton Jones. And the Saskatchewan Roughriders with a Ridgeway convert have taken a 24-0 lead with 6:38 left in the first half. Thursday on CFN, Kenny Ford will lead the Calgary Stampeder defense into Toronto, where they will face the task of stopping Matt Dunnigan, who has the Argo offense on a roll that has seen the Argos win 3 games in a row. Join us for Calgary at Toronto Thursday on the Canadian Football Network.
I know it's late, but we need that part fast.
When you need a courier who works late, like you do, who are you going to call? You've got your priorities straight.
It was shipped. I can tell you exactly where it is.
When you need a courier who keeps tabs on things, who are you going to call? You've got your priorities straight.
I saw it. I wanted it.
I bought it.
At Taylor Motors Sales, we have the right vehicle for you at the right price.
When I buy a vehicle, one of my first considerations is the service department.
The service at Taylor Motors Sales just can't be beat.
This will sound like a cliche, but I know almost nothing about cars.
At Taylor Motors Sales, the customer comes first. We're ready to make it easier.
So what they're saying is that Taylor Motors Sales is the only choice.
Our commitment to service and quality are more than just words. After all, satisfaction is tailor-made.
Dave Ridgway kicks off into the wind after a Saskatchewan touchdown, and it's caught up at the 42-yard line by Stephon Jones, and he's downed immediately as, again, the returners get no chance at all with that strong wind holding the ball up for so long.
Hey, Mom, you too. Don't forget about your dad up north. Yeah.
Watch when Milson Jones hits in and gets close to the goal line. Watch where his shoulder pads and helmet are. They go down and up. He takes any shot in his upper body. And with his momentum and his ability to spin off hits, he's close. He's going to score.
Damon Allen sprints left on first down and looks for David Williams. And he's corked by Suter. Well covered by Albert Brown. The Ottawa Roughriders, Neil, the first time they had the ball in the game, put a nice drive together into the wind, wound up having it intercepted, and it's been downhill since then for them.
Well, you know, we're going to see Suter take a good lick here at David Williams, and that's what the safety's supposed to do, just come in there and crank people. But you can't do it all at once. There's plenty of time left.
2nd and 10. Allen and the Ottawa Roughriders with a strong wind behind them, and they've been unable to do anything with it. And this time, Reggie Barnes is throwing for a big loss by Goldsmith.
Well, to the wide side of the field, we got Glenn Suter again coming up in the blitz. But Goldsmith doesn't lose contain. Look at him go out wide here. And even if Barnes does get away from Goldsmith, having to go back around like that allows the rest of the defense to swarm and get to the football. Good defensive play.
Almost like Damon Allen saying, well, what do I do now? 3rd down and long, Ottawa. Baker punting with the wind. Good long one away. And it bounces out of bounds at the Saskatchewan 12-yard line. A 63-yard punt. Well, in our last game on CFN Friday, Kent Warnock of the Calgary Stampeders was our Molson MVP as he led the Stampeder defense as they beat the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. A big win for Calgary. And we will select the Molson MVP after this game, which sees Saskatchewan ahead 24-0. 5:39 left in the second quarter.
Now it's time for the Ottawa defense to tighten up a bit. They're going to try to put Saskatchewan in a position where they're going to be 2 and out, punt the football so Ottawa will get the ball in better field position. But they can't just say they're going to do it. They got to do it.
Lucius Floyd out of the shotgun, a handoff on first down, and he gets close to 6 yards across the 15 up to the 17-yard line.
You can see right there that shot for Lucius Floyd.
Well, Pal Sartori, who's the offensive coach for Saskatchewan, did say to one of the Ottawa defensive coaches after the game last week in Ottawa, we'll score 50 against you next week. They're halfway there, just about.
It's a bold statement, and I know it's motivated by emotion, and I can understand that, but I don't know, you really go on the limb, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
You can take your cap off and win.
Tonight at halftime, a look at one of the CFL's top big play men.
I've always considered myself as being, you know, one of the premier deep threats in the league. I believe there can't be many receivers who are as fast as I am.
Stephon Jones has a 23-yard average on his receptions this year. That's the best in the CFL. So he makes a statement that he can back up.
Well, I wouldn't be worrying about going deep to him. I'd be worried about just getting the football, then let him use that speed and go deep on his own while he's carrying the football.
Lucius Floyd helped off the field. Orville Lee joins Milson Jones in the Saskatchewan backfield. The Riders are 2nd down and 5 from their 17-yard line. Ottawa really needs to hold here and make Saskatchewan punt so they can try to make some use of the wind. The pass incomplete, intended for Milson Jones, and Lazecki for the first time today will have to kick into the wind.
Bob, Steve Goldman told us that with Brian Warren lining up as a linebacker, and he's known for his pass rushing abilities, that we should see more of an attack-style defense from the Ottawa Roughriders today. But you can't attack until you can stop the run. And what Saskatchewan has done well to this point is mix some things up, throw the ball effectively inside and out, and use the running game.
Well, they've been attacking, but they haven't been striking the target very often. 3rd down and 5. Saskatchewan at the Saskatchewan 17. Lozecki takes as much time as he can. 4:45 left, first half. And now the kick into the wind. And not a bad one. It's low, and he'll get a bounce out of it. Stacey Dawsey at the 52, and he's tackled immediately. Outstanding downfield coverage by Canadian rookie Paul Bushy.
CFL Priority Courier Player of the Week. The lineman player for week number 9 is Edmonton's Mike Walker. The Edmonton Eskimos sacked it to their arch-rival Calgary Stampeders 38-4 on Labor Day, with Walker leading the charge. The 9-year CFL stalwart spent the day in the Stampeder backfield, applying constant pressure, notching 4 of Edmonton's 7 sacks. Mike Walker, CFL Priority Courier Lineman Player of the Week.
First down pass, Damon Allen to Jeff Smith. First play after that punt, and Smith was unable to catch the ball. And that's been the story of the day for Ottawa. They have been able to do nothing right.
See Saskatchewan drop into a zone, and Smith's going to go down and find a little bit of a leak in that zone. He slides over to make the catch, but those are things you have to do now, especially now. Simple catch.
Somebody has to start making some plays for Ottawa as they trail 24-0. 2nd and 10 at the Saskatchewan 54. Allen to Barnes coming out of the backfield, but Albright stops him before he can move ahead and pick up the first down. Good situation for Ottawa, Neil. You got a running back one-on-one with a linebacker, but Albright makes the play.
Well, Albright gets a chance to react when Barnes has to go up for the football, so Barnes really doesn't get a chance to come down and set himself. And as you said, Albright had the opportunity to brush some of the rust off last week at Lansdowne Park after missing so many games with that toe injury.
Terry Baker will punt on 3rd down and 4. The ball's at the Saskatchewan 48. Baker should get this one into the end zone if he hits it well, but he's trying to kick it out of bounds deep in Saskatchewan territory and does a pretty good job of it. They mark it out at the 11-yard line.
Opting to punt the ball and not go for the field goal, Steve Goldman obviously feels his defense can come in for only 2 plays and then get back to the bench. So maybe he feels this situation can lead him to a touchdown rather than settling for a field goal now.
Only a 37-yard punt, but exactly what Steve Goldman wanted. And now he wants his defense, Neil, as you say, to hold and get the ball back for the offense so they can once again try to get some points up. It's 24-0 Saskatchewan, 3:20 remaining in the first half. Austin throws long, and the pass won't get anywhere near Don Narcisse as Austin tried to air it out and found out that he's not going to be able to handle that wind that well.
With or against, as we talked about earlier, if you're a good team, you have to be able to score going against the wind, and Saskatchewan has been able to do that, just 4 points shy, as it shows there. The other thing is when you throw against the wind, if that ball doesn't come out of a quarterback's hand clean with a nice tight spiral, the ball's going to yank it up, and it's going to start to flip as it did then.
2nd and 10, Saskatchewan at their 11. Austin will go from the shotgun. As a man open, Lucius Floyd over the middle, and he gets a first down up to the 24-yard line. So Saskatchewan will hold the ball. We have 2:50 left in the first half at Taylor Field, where the fans are enjoying what they're seeing.
If they're stock or
you know what kills me? If they put today's technology with all those cubic inches, they're going to have some power.
But they are coming back with the horsepower.
They are coming back with horsepower.
With a lot less inches. You see that Chevy truck with the 454?
Yeah.
But they say it's a dog.
Oh, really?
They can't give them away.
Where'd this hose come off of?
That was from my
That's just an extra. Too many Chiefs and not enough India.
OV.
Real-life beer.
In today's business world, there is no time to slow down. Deals are made, deals are lost. It all depends on you. The burden of the corporate lifestyle can become extremely overpowering. A day-to-day struggle that will allow only the best to remain on top. The best lawyers, the best accountants, the best investors, the best investments, the best businessmen. In the jungle of fury where the term dog-eat-dog is a reality, there is an oasis for the weary. The Regina Inn, the best corporate hotel.
Do your business offices reflect well on the business you do? ServiceMaster professional cleaning specialists know how important a clean and positive image is to a growing company. Daily janitorial services by ServiceMaster professionals will polish that image satisfaction, guaranteed. Leaders for over 40 years, ServiceMaster cleaning experts are waiting to serve you. Call for a free estimate today.
Our people make the difference because our people care.
Saskatchewan Roughriders way in front of Ottawa with 2:45 left in the first half, and the clock running. Saskatchewan at its 23, first and 10. Milson Jones has a 12 or 13-yard gain and another Saskatchewan first down.
Talk about having your way with the defense right now. The Saskatchewan Roughriders are really dictating what's going on. Look at Warren turn to run. He doesn't know it's a draw until now. And he's already 15 yards downfield. He'll make the tackle and get in on the tackle, but it's not until after the first down.
Well, we've seen the Saskatchewan offensive team, when they get it going, boy, they are something to watch, and they have it going pretty well today in difficult conditions. Flag down on that play as Milson Jones carries again. 2:19 left now in the first half.
Left tackle Ken Moore just was leaning a bit too far forward.
And stop the clock.
Who moved on? Come on, let's go, guys! 64.
It's almost like he was in a 4-point stance.
Procedure, Saskatchewan 64, first down repeated.
Interesting that DeCarey told the Ottawa Roughriders, if you take the penalty, you stop the clock. Otherwise, it keeps running. And, of course, it's in Ottawa's benefit that the clock be stopped. First down and 15, Saskatchewan at the Saskatchewan 31. Austin from the shotgun. Throws to Narcisse, complete in front of Daniel Hunter. And it's a gain of 12 or 13 yards for Saskatchewan.
Bruce Holmes has been active in the middle all year for the Ottawa Roughriders. He's made a big difference in that defense. You see, his movement is what he sees.
Second and 2.
Drops straight back and then goes to when the ball's thrown, gets a pretty good lick in there. And as I said his nickname is Buzzard. That's because in college he ate some raw meat and made him sick. He still likes his meat rare, but I don't think he eats it raw anymore, at least not all the time.
Hence, Buzzard.
Buzzard. Very good.
I see. Second down and a couple. Saskatchewan. Here's Milson Jones, and he bursts through for 6 or 7 yards up to the Saskatchewan 51. Another first down for Saskatchewan.
This is what Milson Jones has to look at. He hits that pile, but then he cuts back. Gary Lewis, the defensive lineman, comes in, does a good job of cutting off any pursuit, just gets that big body of his in the way, and gives Milson Jones that seam.
Saskatchewan dominating this game in every way. Another first down with 1:40 left now in the half at their 51-yard line. Kropke was offside, it appeared, as Lucius Floyd is stopped for a loss of a yard by Brian Warren. But a penalty, yet another penalty against Ottawa, will move the ball downfield further.
Offside, Ottawa 73, first down repeated.
On the nose, just a quick jump right there by John Kropke.
First down and 5 now. Center ice.
Everybody on Ottawa's defense a little bit anxious.
Well, he's right over the ball. He should see when it moves.
First and 5 now at the penalty. Milson Jones carrying right side. Look at the power Jones has down to the 48 of Ottawa. And another Saskatchewan first down.
Offensive coach for the Riders, Ottawa Roughriders, Doug Sams, told me that this would be a good test for the Ottawa Roughriders because Saskatchewan historically, when they've lost and come back home to play, they've been kind of nasty.
Holding Saskatchewan 84, first down repeated.
Slater-Zaleski is called for holding. Well, Neil, we knew Saskatchewan would come out sky high for this game. They lost in Ottawa last week. The Riders from the East had to be ready to counter that, and it doesn't look like they have been. Saskatchewan leading 24-0, first and 15 after the holding penalty. Austin, lots of time, just dumps it to Lucius Floyd, and he gets 6, maybe 7 yards up to the 52 of Saskatchewan. But just as important, he uses up more time. Just a minute 22 left in the first half.
Lots of time is an understatement. Again, from the shotgun, they do a quick fake to Floyd. He can stand back there and say, no, you go over there. Okay, I'll throw it to Floyd. He's open. This can't give him that time, and that attack-style defense that we were told that might happen, we haven't seen much of.
Well, it doesn't look like they're going to get to Austin, Neil, with a 3 or 4 man rush. They'll have to start bringing some people. 2nd down and 8. Saskatchewan low snap. Austin's brought a few of those up today and puts it up long. Elgard is open. Ray Elgard down to the 10-yard line.
Well, as soon as we say attack style, that's what Ottawa does. They bring Scott Flagel up from the safety. That's why this middle is open, and you can bet Elgard, when he comes off, he knows that middle. He's going to use it and come to it. He breaks in a little bit to get some separation away from the coverage by Brett Young, and then goes upfield, and you can almost see the ball wait for him. Throwing into the wind, it was just sitting there.
Ray Elgard has had some terrific years with Saskatchewan, 4,000-yard seasons. This is 4th, but I'm not sure any of them were better than this. A 47-yard gain. Austin to Lucius Floyd, touchdown.
Austin gets a matchup. He gets Lucius Floyd on 44. Warren, there's the coverage. There was the separation after Floyd caught the ball. And that was some separation from the old Omni turf there. That was a heck of a move.
All Saskatchewan, this Ridgeway convert will make it 31-0 for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And it's hard to forget what Hal Sartori said about scoring 50.
Well, when you watch Kent Austin here or up to this point in the game, you can see why he has thrown over 300 yards 6 times so far this year. I'm sure he's on his way to do it again. He's got 11 total 300-plus yard games. But, you know, and we talked about protection. Let's take that a step further. Let's talk about the guys that are protecting him, the guys that pick up the blitz. Moore, Aldag, Anderson, Poley, and Stevenson. And he's had enough time to get out a piece of pencil, paper, and draw something.
I told him I was going to get him one.
3rd touchdown of the year for Lucius Floyd. And Steve Goldman can only hope this half ends quickly, although his team does have the wind, but it hasn't done them much good. Ridgeway kicks off high. Dossie at the 37. Stacey Dossie looking for room. Moves back the other way and finds some. He's across center field of the Saskatchewan 54. 34 seconds to go, so Ottawa still has time to maybe get some points up. Kent Austin is 15 out of 22 for 181 yards and 2 touchdowns in 1 half of work. Not quite a half of work. That's not bad. Damon Allen would like to have those numbers. He'd settle for a couple of first downs here and maybe let Dorsey kick a field goal. That would be progress for Ottawa. Wide open in the center of the field is Stephon Jones. He's down to the 30. Albert Brown brings him down at the 29 with 22 seconds left in the half. There is a flag on the play.
Well, it took some time for Jones to come across the formation. There he comes, and there's the hit. Chuck Klingbeil. That's what the flag was for. They'll tack that on to the gain by Stephon Jones.
Major foul, roughing the passer, Saskatchewan 99, first down.
And you got to know, Klingbeil's about 265. Damon Allen's 175. Oh, do you think he felt that?
That's a mismatch?
Do you think he felt that a little bit? But quarterbacks are tough, and Damon Allen is still on the field from the 15. Allen in the end zone looking for David Williams, but the pass overthrown. 17 seconds remaining now in the first half, so Ottawa will get at least one more shot to put it in the end zone. Quarterbacks are tough, aren't they?
Some of them are.
Most of them are.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, they take some of the most vulnerable hits. I don't think any player takes hits that in more vulnerable positions than quarterbacks.
Well, you look at Damon Allen last year. He took more shots than.
Yeah. 2nd and 10, Ottawa from the 15 of Saskatchewan. Allen puts it up for grabs. David Williams will try to get under it, and Albert Williams is called for pass interference in the end zone. 12 seconds left in the half. Albert Brown, pardon me, against David Williams.
I don't think there's any question about that. Again, Saskatchewan shows you some aggressive style defense. Suter up to the wide side of the field. He blitzes, but the offensive line does a good job of protecting Allen. You're going to see Suter come in from the right side eventually. That ball's up and over top. Williams wants to cut in, and Albert Brown just shoves him to the outside. Subsequently, the flag and the fall.
Ottawa 1st and goal at the 1. Allen keeps, and he fumbles the ball. There's a flag down. Damon Allen fumbled. They haven't identified who has it yet. But it's offside Saskatchewan, so it's elementary. Ottawa will get another shot at it with 10 seconds left in the half.
Offside, Saskatchewan, middle line, 1st down repeated from the 1.
That's when they say it wasn't me, it was him. No, it was him. No, it was him.
The middle of the line.
There's about 5 or 6 to choose from in there. They got a break there. That ball came out.
And it's 1st and goal again. Ottawa from the 1. Damon Allen will throw. And it's a touchdown to David Williams. That's an interesting call with the wind factor that we have today.
Well, there's lots of end zone for Williams to work, and you're going to see how much he has to work against Richie Hall. A big height advantage for David Williams. Lots of jostling in there, and that's good coverage by Richie Hall. But because the ball was thrown to the back corner, Williams can make that quick, just a little push off and make the jump and the catch at the same time.
Dandy pass by Damon Allen. David Williams has his 6th touchdown of the year, and Ottawa has scored for the first time in the game, and they'll try a 2-point convert down 31-6. Allen slips. He's going to try to run it into the end zone, and he falls just before he got there.
That slip just when Allen wants to come upfield. He'll make a cut. Pressure that forced him. That's what Saskatchewan want to do. If you're going to have Allen run, have him run into the teeth of our linebackers. But as he tries to make that cut and get up inside Eddie Lowe, he goes down. That's frustrating.
Well, at least Damon Allen was able to put a scoring drive together. First one of the game, so the Ottawa offense should grab a little bit of confidence from that as they look ahead to the second half, down 31-6. Ottawa will kick off with the win.
Not a bad time with 5 seconds left to just try to chip it and get control of the ball again, and maybe end the half with an attempted field goal. And they will, because David Williams is out on kickoff, and David Williams normally does not cover kickoffs.
Williams lined up wide to the left side of Dean Dorsey. The football blew off the tee. That's why we have a bit of a delay, and somebody's going to have to hold it. Dan Johnson moves in to hold it for Dorsey, who says, no, it's okay. So with 5 seconds left in the half, Ottawa will try to get their hands on the ball one more time. And I think Johnston is going to have to come in and hold the ball.
Well, you want to get that ball up quickly, and I don't think Dorsey wants it held. I think that little bit of pressure could affect the football, at least the way he wants to kick the ball.
You know, if anything, Neil, the wind is stronger now than it was at the start of the game. It is not abating at Taylor Field, I can assure you of that. So Dorsey, for the third time, will attempt to get this kickoff off as Ottawa shifts their players to the left. There it is. And their goal, the Ottawa Roughriders after it, but Richie Hall is able to corral it for Saskatchewan at their 51-yard line with 3 seconds left in the half.
Minor scuffle just down by the bench of the Saskatchewan Roughriders. John Hoffman getting into it with David Williams. He took Williams out of the play, as he should. That's exactly what he's supposed to do. Come up, give him a shot, keep him away from where the ball's going.
Well, Kent Austin and the Saskatchewan offense will have one more crack with the ball. You don't suppose Austin would throw it deep, do you, here, Neil?
Yeah, I do.
You think he might?
Why not?
I know you wouldn't mind seeing that. Might catch Ottawa off guard if they did that. We'll see. Narcisse comes wide to the right. Everybody else is set back with Kent Austin, who is not going to throw it deep. He will take it and go down on his knee deep in the backfield. Good first half for Saskatchewan, to put it mildly, as they have a 25-point lead over Ottawa.
Green is the color of the Friends of the Riders Grey Cup Lotto 90.
And we mean really green, with over $530,000 worth of prizes.
Kicking off with a major cash prize of over $100,000. And who could pass on this range of luxury GM automobiles?
Plus an incredible trip on the Concorde to Europe and an unbelievable array of merchandise.
And all you have to do is buy a ticket by phoning this number or coming to the Ryder ticket office. Riders Grey Cup Lotto 90. This year it's your turn to win.
It's about challenge, about pacing yourself, finding something that works. It's a sense of direction, getting you where you want to go. The Regina Battery Depot.
When my dad's really hungry, we go to Hunt. They have everything.
At Humpty's, our unique breakfast menu is just the beginning. We also have light lunches, hearty dinners, appetizers, and favorite salads.
Mom likes Humpty's because everyone is always smiling. I like Humpty's because I get my own special kids menu.
At Humpty's, kids can eat for just $1.99, and any time is burger time. Humpty's, where breakfast is just the beginning.
Show your true colors with authentic replica League apparel from Jersey City in the Southland Mall.
Well, the Ottawa Roughriders avoided being shut out in the first half, scoring a touchdown with 5 seconds left, but they have a big hill to climb as they trail the Saskatchewan Roughriders 31-6 at the half. There have been many reasons for the dramatic improvement of the Ottawa Roughriders this season. One of them, the return to health and big performance of wide receiver Stephon Jones. Hobart, straight back to pass, see how much time he gets. He throws deep. Touchdown, Stephen Jones. They're going to throw, and Allen puts it up long for Stephen Jones, and he has a touchdown.
I've always considered myself as being, you know, one of the premier deep threats in the league. I believe there can't be many receivers who as fast as I am, so I really believe that I am one of the premier deep threats in the league.
The offseason brought several high-profile free agents to Ottawa. Included with the likes of Williams, Stuman, and Kolka was Stephon Jones. Jones was a valuable member of the Eskimos, both as a receiver and return specialist. With Edmonton, Jones collected a Grey Cup ring in 1987.
Cook, 87.
Edmonton was a great city. I really love the people, the coaches, and everything. You know, it's a first-class organization, and it was 4 great years there I had there.
He's extremely fast. He's got an incredible. Remember my very first year here, him and Gizmo had a 100-yard dash race, and everybody knows how fast Gizmo is, and Steptoe beat him. So that gives you an idea how fast he is.
That's where I learned how to, make the, get open and read defenses, and just how to be a professional about what I'm doing and realize what's at stake there.
Damon Allen looks in the end zone, and is it caught? Yes, Stephon Jones, touchdown, Eskimo. In Edmonton, Jones teamed up with Damon Allen, connecting on several big plays. That same combination is responsible for Ottawa's rejuvenated offense.
It started way back in Edmonton when we were together then, and here it's nothing's changed. I know when I just know when he's coming my way or when he's thinking about coming to me, and he knows that when he's looking my way on certain coverages that he's going to be coming there, and he believes that I'm going to be open, and I'm going to try my best to get open.
The knock on Stephon Jones is durability. In the preseason, Jones broke a finger that required a pin for healing. Pain is something he's used to.
I fought through a couple injuries the past few years. I think that's what really slowed me down was a couple injuries, and it's just to the point where I'm here with a sound offensive scheme, where we're executing is the #1 thing, and when you got a relationship with the quarterback and you really understand the offense like I do, I think that it helps me and the quarterbacks and everyone involved.
Allen, lots of time, puts it into the end zone. Touchdown! Well, the Ottawa Roughriders could use some big plays from Stephon Jones and others as they trail Saskatchewan 31-6 at the half.
Don't replace it. Let Apple repair it before it spreads at no cost with glass coverage. So don't delay. Get it in today.
When it's time to play football, I exit the real world.
Rather primitive, isn't it?
In Ottawa, 67% of football fans tested prefer the taste of Diet 7-Up.
Boy, were we thirsty.
Over Diet Coke.
Someone tried to take my Diet 7-Up away from me. I'm afraid we'd have to discuss it.
Challenge your taste.
Priority Courier, I have a pickup.
Call Priority Courier for overnight delivery, and you're dealing with Canada's largest courier network. You've got the whole country covered. Evenings and weekends, too. Priority Courier gets it there overnight, guaranteed. Because your priorities are ours.
This is somebody who knows the score. Somebody who only works with seasoned pros. He's somebody at Speedy Muffler King, where not only is his muffler guaranteed for as long as he owns his car, but his complete satisfaction is guaranteed in writing.
Hey, Coach, your coach is ready.
With the Speedy Satisfaction Guarantee. At Speedy, you're a somebody. That's not just a promise, it's a guarantee.
Tilden Rent-A-Car is pleased to provide vehicles to the CFL when traveling across Canada. Tilden offers special weekend rates on fine new GM cars like the Chevy Cavalier. Be confident you have the best Tilden. Quiet, cordless convenience from Paramount. Use it anywhere, anytime. A powerful 12-volt battery runs hedge trimmer and grass trimmer. Available at leading retailers.
The 1990 Canadian Football Hall of Fame inductions will take place in Hamilton next month. 5 men will be honored for their contributions to and accomplishments in the game of football in this country. In 10 seasons with the Eskimos, Dave Fennell played in 7 Grey Cup games. He was nominated for CFL awards 3 times and was an All-Canadian 5 consecutive seasons. Even though he's entering the Hall as a builder, Eagle Key's CFL career began as a player. Keys played on 2 Grey Cup teams before turning to coaching in Edmonton, Regina, and Vancouver. Former Alouette and Argo Marv Luster's career could be divided in half. The first 5 seasons as an offensive end, the last 8 as a defensive back. To his credit, Luster was an all-star on both sides of the ball. Playing his full career as an Argo, Jim Corrigal probably never received his due. The 8-time Eastern All-Star was the CFL's top lineman in 1975. In 20 seasons as Saskatchewan general manager, Ken Preston's teams won more games than any other CFL franchise, highlighted by the 1966 Grey Cup. Preston, more than anyone, exemplifies Rider pride. These gentlemen will participate in the Hall of Fame weekend in Hamilton, October 20th and 21st, including the Stamps Ticats Hall of Fame game on Sunday. And CFN is proud to be there, too. Today, we're at Taylor Field in Regina, where the Roughriders from the West and the Roughriders from the East are meeting.
Get to Harvey's before October 14th and you're in for a very big surprise. It's Harvey's Big Deal. You get a big, juicy, charbroiled Harvey's hamburger. You get to top it off with a big, and I do mean big, beautiful choice of toppings. You get a big bunch of golden French fries. And until October 14th, you'll get the Big Deal for the little price of just $3.09. And to make the Big Deal even bigger, Harvey's will throw in a big 11-piece Rolo for free. Well, what are you waiting for? Harvey's. Beautiful choice.
It's almost over. Time is running out. You don't want to miss Hauser Passport's inventory clear-out. It's the last chance to own a new Optima and receive 4.9% financing over 48 months or up to $1,800 cash back. There's very little time left to act on low-rate GMAC financing or cashback programs. Now is the time to buy. The prices are right. The financing low. Hauser Passport Regina, 550 Broad, where the Hauser reputation rides with every car and truck sold.
You deserve it. Pamper yourself or treat that special someone tonight. Bring them to Western Pizza and enjoy a varied menu sure to please. We take extra care in making your dining experience something to remember. Just look at the menu. Salads, barbecue chicken, steaks, done to your exact specifications. Deep-fried shrimps and lobster are some of the fine dishes waiting for you. Of course, you can enjoy one of our many fine pizzas. There's a Western Pizza location near you, so come and experience the Western way today.
Hello and welcome to Regina Auto Body. Follow me. At every job stage here, we use certified technicians. All vehicles are stored in our modern building, and due to the best body and paint facilities available, the results look terrific. Regina Auto Body has been supplying superior workmanship and service since 1924 to people like this gentleman. Can I help you, sir?
I've had an accident.
Is your car parked outside?
Sort of.
Regina Auto Body, 757-6683.
Can I have it by the weekend?
We're in Regina at Saskatchewan's Taylor Field, where the Saskatchewan Roughriders are way ahead of Ottawa. Let's review how the green waves swept up and down Taylor Field.
Was out of bounds and then came back inbound.
He ran out of bounds on his own and came back in to make the tackle. Milson Jones has a touchdown. Hunter was inside last week. He's on the corner now, and Brett Young inside. Austin throws, touchdown, Elgard. Austin to Lucius Floyd, touchdown. Ottawa from the 1. Damon Allen will throw. And it's a touchdown to David Williams. So pretty well all Saskatchewan in the first half, and the statistics reflect that. Ottawa with only 7 first downs and 97 yards in net offense.
This CFN game is an exclusive presentation of Molson Canadian, what beer is all about. And Priority Courier, the official courier of the CFL.
Just in looking at those first half statistics, another very pertinent stat, the time of possession, Saskatchewan 18 minutes 14 seconds, Ottawa just 11 minutes and 46 seconds. So the wind has not played the factor we'd expect in that Ottawa hasn't been able to do anything with it, Neil.
No, and Saskatchewan has scored more against the wind than they have with the wind.
Stacey Dossey on the kickoff return as the second half is underway. And the quarterback comparison, like everything else, very one-sided. Kent Austin en route to another 300-yard passing game at the rate he's going, while Damon Allen is off the pace he has established in most recent games and for much of this season. But Allen stays on. Kimbrough and Hobart are both dressed as his backups. Bentram and Tony Rice are dressed at quarterback for Saskatchewan. Allen throws. David Williams cut off his pattern, and Allen threw it upfield, expecting, we guess, Williams to keep going.
Well, you break down the offense in the first half, and you see how even Ottawa's selection is, but not so much what plays are called, it's when they called and the kind of success they have. And it's nice to have a balance, but a balance doesn't mean a thing unless everything's working for you.
Yeah, they had almost a perfect balance, a balance a coach would love to see. Ottawa did, but so what?
Exactly.
2nd and 10 from the Ottawa 47. Allen sprints out left. That buys him some time. And he loses the ball as he throws it. It slips out of his hand. They rule out an incomplete pass, and rightly so. But that's a strange one.
Well, watch when Ottawa comes out. They have everything's perfect. Barnes is out front, 65 Roper. They've got everything they want as far as protection. And then, whoops.
Well, and I don't mean to laugh at Allen's misfortune, but it was rather odd-looking play.
It's the way things have been going for the Riders from the east.
That kind of a day. Terry Baker, and you see what a role the wind has played in his punting. And he launches a beauty with the wind all the way down to the goal line. Orville Lee will bring it back for Saskatchewan, and Brian Warren puts a good lick on him, and there's also a flag on the play. 63-yard punt by Terry Baker, former Saskatchewan Roughrider, and a penalty holding against Saskatchewan on the return. So the Riders from Regina will be pinned very deep. And now what Ottawa has to do, Neil, is clearly hold them, get the ball with the win now in the third quarter, and get some points up, or they'll have no chance at all.
Holding Saskatchewan, number 15, first down.
Well, looking back into the first half, I can only think of a couple of occasions so far that Ottawa has been able to shut down the offense. That doesn't mean they can't do it in the second half, because they do have the personnel.
Lucius Floyd on a delayed handoff, turns it up the sideline. And Greg Stuman runs him down at the Saskatchewan 42.
Well, just as I say, they have the personnel. They may have the people to do it, but they're not getting the execution. Look at the flow of the Ottawa Roughriders. They just go overboard on getting to the point of attack, and Floyd comes back. But look at the hustle by Stuman. He's a down lineman. He rushes upfield, and he's the one that makes the tackle downfield, not a defensive back.
Interesting, too, Steve Goldman has talked about, look at Lucius Floyd's numbers, how good he feels about his defense at this stage of the season, and how they've come around, passed, batted, and knocked down at the line of scrimmage. But I guess the thing to remember here, Neil, is they're playing against the offense that has the most yards per game in the CFL this season. Saskatchewan's averaged 453 yards of offense a game. They've averaged 361 yards passing per game. So Ottawa, not the first team to feel the wrath of Saskatchewan's offense. Austin throws on 2nd and 10. Narcisse is wide open as Daniel Hunter slipped and fell on the play. And Narcisse is close to a Saskatchewan first down.
Under normal circumstances, Narcisse would come back to that ball anyways, but he takes special care this time when he goes back to the sidelines, knowing that that wind's going to push the ball back and down to put a cradle catch on it. Make sure he's got it.
Ottawa has a very strong wind with them in this third quarter. But Saskatchewan is eating up valuable time against it. Austin will take off and run. Holmes grabs him and puts him down at the Ottawa 50 and has a little extra vigor in it. But Austin got about 6 yards.
Well, watch when Austin comes out. He has that corner because Brian Warren, 44, who rushes from that outside, gives away contain. He can come out really unharassed. Elgaard's there, coverage pretty tight by Brett Young, but he decides to turn it up and run it on his own. Gets himself 7, 8 yards.
It'll be 2nd and 3. Austin doesn't run very often, but he picked up 7 that time. 2nd and 3, Saskatchewan at the Ottawa 50-yard line. Austin, a toss to Floyd, a reverse to Narcisse, and Stuman makes a big defensive play, maybe the biggest of the day for Ottawa, to drop Narcisse for a big loss.
Well, we saw Stuman show his quickness and speed and desire to come back and make a tackle way downfield on Lucius Floyd. Watch this time. He comes down, follows a bit of the pursuit, but doesn't get pulled all the way in. He breaks off his pursuit and goes deep. Good defensive play. And a key one.
Saw it coming all the way, Greg Stuman, and Mike Lazecki will have to kick into this stiff breeze. 31-6. Saskatchewan in front. And about to give the ball up to the Ottawa Roughriders, who need points quickly. The Riders from Ottawa let the ball bounce, and that gives Lazecki a few more yards on the punt as Troy Wilson finally fields it and is down at the 37. We're 3.5 minutes into the second half.
Sie müssen uns den Bericht so schnell wie möglich senden, weil einer...
When you need a courier with connections to the EMS worldwide network, who are you going to call? You've got your priorities straight.
I know it's Saturday. We had a small fire, and I need to duplicate this Monday.
When you need a courier who's always there, who are you going to call? You've got your priorities straight.
Mozzarella, cheddar, Monterey Jack, cheese lovers pan pizza's back, and a medium's going fast for only $9.99. To top that, your choice of extra toppings, just 99 cents each. Hurry.
In the beginning, things were quite easy. People's tastes were simple. Then, things changed, and the Radio Center grew.
Radio Center invites you to a 1991 RCA showcase. Come in and see the new RCA televisions, VCRs, and camcorders. RCA and Radio Center, moving into the 90s.
Radio Center. What a great idea.
Steve Goldman's fighting a bit of the flu coming into this game, and I'm sure what he has seen so far has not made him feel any better.
Not real good for his health. No. Damon Allen back to pass on first down. He'll take off and run and get a first down to the Ottawa 48-yard line. There is a flag down. 11 minutes left. Third quarter. 31-6 Saskatchewan. Ottawa with the win.
This might be the time for Damon Allen to start taking things in his own hands. There's nothing open quickly downfield, and he does see a gap to take it and go and not wait and hesitate.
Holding Saskatchewan, number 4, decline, first down.
Ottawa 1st and 10 at their 48-yard line. Damon Allen, and he's going to run again to center field and into the Saskatchewan 53 for a gain of 9.
Well, the next time Damon Allen steps up to run, he might force those linebackers to step up with him instead of staying deep, and that might force a receiver open just behind that first layer of coverage. This will work for Ottawa if he continues to do it, because it does affect what goes on downfield.
2nd and a yard for the Ottawa Roughriders at the Saskatchewan 53-yard line. Only one wide receiver. As Allen hands off on the left side, Reggie Barnes was cut down by Bobby Jurison as soon as he got the ball, but he might have gotten far enough for the first down. Dan Rasevich shaken up on the play.
Great defensive play by Jurison. He gets the penetration. Bottom of your screen. He'll come flying through here. He's been knocked down. He gets up and just pops off his knees to hit Barnes' legs, and Rasevich is on top there. It almost looks like he jammed his left shoulder.
Another big crowd at Taylor Field this afternoon, 27,822, as we see that Ottawa did make the first down. Their attendance is up markedly this year. They had a record crowd on Labor Day against Winnipeg of 31,000 plus, and almost 28,000 this afternoon. And most of those people undoubtedly have smiles on their faces as Saskatchewan is in front of Ottawa 31-6. Damon Allen in Ottawa, first down from the Saskatchewan 52. Allen wanted to set up a screen to Barnes, but it wasn't working, so Allen just got rid of the ball.
Well, the defense that Saskatchewan was playing took the screen away because Eddie Lowe, the linebacker, went out with the back, and they blitz again. Suter from his safety spot brought him up to the line of scrimmage to the wide side of the field. They had everything covered. The screen covered. Allen couldn't run because of the penetration, and Suter on the blitz. That's what you call some heat that works.
Talked a lot about Saskatchewan's offense, Neil. Their defense has given up the fewest yards per game of any team in the CFL this season, so they're not so bad either. Allen on second down finds Stephon Jones. Good catch by Jones, having to lean back for the ball, but there's a flag on the play.
Again, Suter from the wide side of the field.
Pick it up, Pin.
And it's holding against Saskatchewan. Second time they've been called for defensive holding in the last few plays.
You saw those Band-Aids on Stephon Jones's elbows. You know what? It just doesn't help. He'll have to gear down here, and when he does, he starts to slide. But good adjustment. He keeps his eye on the ball, watches it come in, and that ball had to be thrown because, as I said, Suter was coming and coming hard.
Ottawa declines the penalty and takes the play to the Saskatchewan 38-yard line. Allen to Barnes out of the backfield, gets away from Albright, and another tackler. Reggie Barnes to the 20 and inside of the 18-yard line of Saskatchewan as Ottawa puts a good-looking drive together with 9:28 left in the third quarter, and they need it badly, down by 25.
Showing the sprint motion, Barnes blocks up first. See him 19 on the left there. Sort of a stagger, and now he'll release just upfield. Albright gets a shot. Two good moves by Barnes to elude two good tacklers, and some help downfield by number 85, James Ellingson, to get Barnes some more yardage.
Barnes, a tremendous new talent from Delaware State. He's only 22 years old. A 20-yard gain. First and 10 Ottawa at the Saskatchewan 18. Saskatchewan appeared to be the team offside, and the flag is down and the play stopped.
Good, pick it up 5. Offside, Saskatchewan 91, breaking the play line of scrimmage. First down repeated.
Well, Barnes may have a legitimate shot at getting 1,000 yards, and this is a running back who came into camp and then found out Tony Cherry had been signed and figured that what he would try to do is show his best in training camp and preseason, so he would be on some game film so someone else might pick him up. It's funny how things change, isn't it?
Allen with all night here on first and 5. He fumbles the ball, and Ottawa gets it back. Reggie Barnes jumping on the ball, but the 5 yards Ottawa picked up on that Saskatchewan offside penalty. They lose, and 3 more.
Well, this pocket just closes in on Damon Allen. I think if he was going to, or his legs were telling him to run, they should have been run now because nothing was coming open. See Ellingson crossing your screen? He broke open behind Alapade, but that was just when Damon Allen was starting to back out and move.
It'll be second down, Ottawa. 13 yards to go at the Saskatchewan 21. Allen, lots of time for David Williams, and it's no good. Double coverage by Hogue and Albert Brown, and they break up the play.
Well, when you've got the talents of David Williams, you're going to attract a crowd, and a crowd he does with Hogue on top and Albert Brown down below, and it's only David Williams' jumping ability who's going to bring that ball down, and it was close. But we're seeing Roper
Down again. It'll be third down. Doesn't get you first. It's 10.
pointing as if it was going to be first down, and I'm not quite sure. I think it's offside Saskatchewan, but it still remains third down. But now it's third and about 2.5.
Objectionable conduct. Saskatchewan number 4. Third down still.
So the penalty came after the completion of that play, and it leaves Ottawa in a third down situation, 3rd and 3 from the Saskatchewan 11. But that will result in the Ottawa Roughriders changing their mind on what they'll do. They take the field goal team out, and they will go for it on 3rd and 3. Allen fakes the handoff, has a man all alone, touchdown. Dan Johnston.
Good call, gives Ottawa an option. If Damon Allen gets outside and there's lots of room to go, he runs it. But if not, see Johnston leak out, step down and block, and then he just sort of meanders his way into the end zone, makes himself a good target. And as I said, if there hadn't been good pursuit, Allen could have run it, but because there was good coverage on the quarterback, Johnston was open in the end zone.
That's only the 3rd touchdown or the 3rd catch of the year for Dan Johnston, his 1st touchdown. Dorsey adds the convert, and the Ottawa Roughriders have 13 points. You're watching Molson Canadian Football Network.
Many Canadians live in isolated areas. They visit the city to take in the culture, the fine restaurants, the symphony, the theater, and genuine Canadian beer. Molson Canadian, what beer's all about.
In today's business world, there is no time to slow down. Deals are made, deals are lost. It all depends on you. The burden of the corporate lifestyle can become extremely overpowering. A day-to-day struggle that will allow only the best to remain on top. The best lawyers, the best accountants, the best investors, the best investments, the best businessmen. In the jungle of fury where the term dog-eat-dog is a reality, there is an oasis for the weary. The Regina Inn, the best corporate hotel.
There are movies, and then there's Gone with the Wind. There are video movies, and then there's Pioneer Laserdisc. In a world of the ordinary, Audio Warehouse presents The Extraordinary. Pioneer compact disc performance for video. Pioneer, the future of sound and vision, now playing in a living room near you. There are stereo stores, and then there's Audio Warehouse, committed to serving you for over 25 years.
Starting to rain just a little bit at Taylor Field in Regina. The Ottawa Roughriders have just scored a touchdown and are down 31-13 to Saskatchewan, as Albert Brown takes the kickoff at his 5 and is brought down at the 33-yard line by Greg Stuman.
On this last touchdown, you'll see that there's a play action fake. There's also a little pushing and shoving going on, but that play action, watch Vince Goldsmith, the top of your screen, 70. That fake to Barnes makes him step down inside. And just stepping a little bit gets Allen to that outside corner. Late pressure by Hall sends Allen into a back roll, but not until the ball was completed downfield for a touchdown.
2 touchdown passes today for Allen. He has 21 on the season. Saskatchewan from their 32. Austin throws for Narcisse, a favorite target of his today, and he's up to the Saskatchewan 50-yard line, a gain of 18.
Again, it seems like that delay. You know what? Ottawa's just called for unnecessary roughness. They threw a flag because of the way they got off of Don Narcisse. Somebody was either trying to make a point or trying to act a little bit tougher.
Well, in the last 2 games, Neil, we've seen more of these objectionable conduct penalties, and I like this because, I mean, things just get out of hand. The players have to have some respect for the officials and for the game, and if they're showing disrespect for either, I think they should be penalized, and I like to see this. Lucius Floyd on first down, and he's caught for a good loss Lloyd Lewis in to make the stop.
Saw Rasevich come out of a series or so ago with a banged up shoulder. I'm sure he'll be back in. He's got the helmet screwed on tight, so his time will come when defense is called. But you're right. You know, the way you make your point is the way you play defense. For example, Ottawa in that last play. You punish the tackler, you punish the receiver, and then you just get up and go back and get another opportunity to do it again. You don't solve anything by kicking people or stepping on them.
2nd and 13. Austin's arm is hit as he throws, and it's intercepted by Brett Young. And he's back to the 42-yard line of the Ottawa Roughriders.
That Ottawa defense is showing more signs of what we've seen in the past, getting to the quarterback, and Stuman is quite familiar with being that close. See, he just thrusts himself close to Austin, and Austin has to change his throwing motion a bit because of Stuman. That's just good hustle. I'll tell you what, Stuman has shown us that on a number of different occasions so far this afternoon.
Well, in all season, he's having an outstanding year. The Ottawa Roughriders, with 6 minutes left in the third quarter, get the ball at their 42-yard line. They have the wind with them, remember. And Damon Allen is going to put it up long. Stephon Jones is wide open, but Allen misses him. And Jones looked like he pulled up on the limp a little bit, but was he ever open?
Allen wanted to keep that ball a little bit low so the wind might not affect it as much, but you're going to see Stephon Jones try to turn it up just one more gear right there. But you're right, he's got some 2 or 3 steps on Stacey Hairston on the corner.
Well, there were 6 points there for the Ottawa Roughriders on the play after the Brett Young interception, if Damon Allen is able to connect with Stephon Jones, but it was not to be. It'll be 2nd and 10 Ottawa from their 42. Saskatchewan leading 31-13. Allen to Barnes on a draw, but the Saskatchewan Roughriders were ready for that. Eddie Lowe made the stop.
Well, you see Stephon Jones missed that last play from scrimmage. He's been on the sidelines, almost like he's got a pull of some sort. You know, when he's walking around shaking his head, it's
shaking his head about not being able to catch the pass, I would think.
All that, but if he's pulled a hamstring or something because he went that much harder to get the ball.
Third down and 9, Ottawa from the 43 of Ottawa. Baker's punt bounces, and Orville Lee at the 12-yard line of Saskatchewan, and he's up close to the 30 of Saskatchewan. 5 minutes, 14 seconds left in the third quarter. Saskatchewan still with a healthy lead.
It'll take a lot to fix it up, Grandpa.
Nah, all it needs is a few parts from bumper to bumper and a lot of elbow grease.
Bumper to Bumper has all the parts you need to fix any car or truck, to make it run better, last longer, and look terrific.
Anything else you need?
Got any elbow grease?
Certified, certified, We got the tools for the working man.
They work all day
till the job is done. Do it all day long. Certified,
We're number one.
you can count on us.
We're certified.
Certified rentals for the working man.
When we travel, we look for the best holiday value. That's why you should know about Extend-A-Plan from Group Medical Services. Now you can have more coverage for ambulance service, preferred wards, private duty nursing, and non-formulary prescription drugs, as well as coverage for diabetic supplies, oxygen equipment, and ostomy supplies. Plus, you now have optional out-of-province coverage up to $1 million. So the next time you board the plane, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're protected by Extend-A-Plan from Group Medical Services.
5:14 left in the third quarter. Saskatchewan ahead by 18 and 1st and 10 at their 29 after an Ottawa punt. Kent Austin to Milson Jones, and he has blockers in front of him. Jones across the 45 to the 46, a gain of 16 yards.
You know, they throw the screen to that side of the field. Ottawa's paying so much attention to Elgard that they've got two people downfield. See right there, Warren? Brian Warren is trying to take Elgard out. Well, by doing that, he's so far downfield, that opens up that area.
So Elgard becomes a weapon beyond his pass-catching skill.
Oh, without question.
Austin to Lucius Floyd on first down, and he finds 3 yards, trying the middle. 4:25 left, third quarter. And in the fourth, Saskatchewan will have the wind with them. Lucius Floyd has had a good day running the ball, one of his better days. Intercepted by Brett Young. Mike Lazecki on a big punt. Intercepted by Brett Young. And again, John Gregory is never afraid to call those kinds of plays.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth. They've been able to chew the clock down to just a little over 2 minutes. And here's the fake. Couple steps by Lazecki to try to show that he's going to punt the ball, and then he lays it up. And 21, Brett Young plays it well defensively. For the one,
I don't know. He throws into a crowd here, Neil. He's got to work on that, I think.
Maybe as good as a punt, though, when you think about it in this win.
He wouldn't have kicked it much further. You're right. From the 28, the Ottawa Roughriders take over. And Reggie Barnes will run up to the 35, maybe the 36. A gain of close to 8. Minute 40 to go now in the third quarter. That much time left for Ottawa to have the wind with them. Of course, Saskatchewan gets it in the fourth quarter. Brett Young has 2 interceptions today. Saskatchewan's turned the ball over 3 times. Ottawa only once. And yet, Saskatchewan has the big lead, 31-13. Second and a couple for Ottawa. From their 36. Barnes, right side. First down and more up across the 45 to the 46. With the score, Saskatchewan 31, Ottawa 13. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations from coast to coast to identify themselves. You're watching Molson Canadian Football Network. Damon Allen on first down, throws to David Williams, one-handed catch, and he tries to stay in bounds but can't. Up at the 53, he'll have a gain of 7.
Well, Williams just takes that big paw of his and stops the ball. And once he stopped it, he makes the catch. Unfortunately for him, the momentum of having to reach out took him too far and got him out of bounds. And I know he wanted to do that little move. You could just see it coming. One-on-one, he makes the move upfield, spins back around.
Not quite enough room to do it that time. Second down and close to 3 for Ottawa from the Ottawa 53-yard line. Barnes carries. Big hole for Reggie Barnes, who's down to the Saskatchewan 40-yard line. 15 seconds left in the quarter and the clock running.
Say, oh my, what a hole. Right side of the line. Irv Damon at center, Illebrun and Kerry Ilarenko just pop a seam there. He gets into that secondary. No one has put a hand on him. Well, he likes holes like that. He could see more of them, too.
12 carries, 66 yards for Reggie Barnes. Damon Allen on what might be the final play of the third quarter for David Williams. A diving attempt down at the Saskatchewan 1-yard line, and it doesn't connect, and not much has for the Ottawa Roughriders today, as they'll go into the fourth quarter behind by 18.
Folks, Wednesday, September 26th, the CIP.
Lotto 649 asks, how big is $12 million?
Big, 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 big.
No, $12 million is bigger than that.
Big, 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 big. Big, 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 big.
This Wednesday's Lotto 649 estimated jackpot is a tremendous $12 million.
The only way we could improve BF Goodrich TA tires was to add a piece of plastic. Introducing the High Performance Card. With National Road Hazard Protection and more, it comes in handy down the road. Available at participating BF Goodrich tire dealers.
Do your business offices reflect well on the business you do? ServiceMaster professional cleaning specialists know how important a clean and positive image is to a growing company. Daily janitorial services by ServiceMaster professionals will polish that image satisfaction, guaranteed. Leaders for over 40 years, ServiceMaster cleaning experts are waiting to serve you. Call for a free estimate today.
Our people make the difference because our people care.
Stephon Jones pulled a hamstring the last time he was on the field. He has it taped up and will attempt to go on it as Ottawa is 2nd down and 10 at the 40 of Saskatchewan. And Stephon Jones has the ball at the 20 down to the 19-yard line. Good throw by Allen. Good catch by Jones. And the fourth quarter begins on a positive note for Ottawa.
Well, watch when he runs his pattern. He'll try to break this to the post right about now, and then he comes back. Leans inside. What a good catch. A little bump by Hairston. And I don't know how serious that pull is, but it's bad enough where they want to keep some pressure on the base of the muscle so it doesn't stretch too badly.
Allen sprints left on 1st down, has a man open. It's Jeff Smith, and he's down close to the 10. They'll mark him at the 12-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7. So Damon Allen really, Neil, has found his stride in this second half. I don't know how much of that is due to any change Saskatchewan might have made in their defensive approach, but a little late maybe for Steve Goldman's team. Although if they can score here, they're back in the game.
Oh, without question. I'm sure there were a few words in the dressing room at halftime saying that if we execute what we have in our game plan, like we did last week, we can do the same thing.
Reggie Barnes on 2nd and 3 has the first down of the Saskatchewan 6-yard line. So the drive keeps alive for the Ottawa Roughriders, who wanted to establish the run today and have done that to some extent. Barnes had a pretty good day.
Well, John Gregory told us that he was not going to change a whole lot, if anything, from his game plan from last week in Lansdowne Park. He said we did everything we wanted to. Well, we got some injuries at quarterback, and again, the penalties killed him.
The penalties, most of them have gone against Ottawa today. 1st and goal, Ottawa. Damon Allen all day to throw. Now he has to retreat. He puts it out for Reggie Barnes, and he can't catch up to it at the 5-yard line. Initially, Allen had all the time you could expect, but then he couldn't find anybody, and of course, it broke down.
Well, look at him. Look to the left. David Williams is one-on-one to the outside. He wants to get that ball to David Williams. But that was a no-go, so he tries an alternative plan, and one was to Reggie Barnes, and I think he threw it far enough to the outside that if anyone was going to get it, it was Reggie Barnes, but that would have been a tough catch.
Allen on 2nd and goal. Into the end zone, David Williams, touchdown, Ottawa. That comes 2 minutes and 14 seconds into the fourth quarter and makes it Saskatchewan 31, Ottawa 19.
Williams will come off and he'll break to the inside. A little bit of a bend, then he'll take it right back out to the corner. Just behind, in front of the coverage, is number 3, Larry Hogue, and just behind Albert Brown. Just that soft spot in there that David Williams was able to find.
Second touchdown of the game for David Williams, and Ottawa will once again go for a 2-point convert. They did that earlier on their first touchdown of the game and were not successful.
And they have a choice in the 2-point conversion where they want the ball, and you can see where they're going to put it this time.
Allen, of course, will throw. And let's see. They rule it was caught, but outside of the end zone by Stephon Jones, which, of course, does them absolutely no good. But at least the Riders are closer now, 12 points down. Molson and the Canadian Football Network proud to bring you the best of the CFL.
Will be replayed tonight, actually tomorrow morning, 12:30.
Hey guys, check this out at 2 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
Yep, there they go.
Let's try to find out.
Oh well, they're married. Look at the ring on her finger. Maybe not.
Oh, that's not her.
All right. Send that guy right into the water.
My kind of girl, a frisbee player.
Nice throw.
Like they even see us here.
They're cute. I know, they saw us. They're just pretending not to. I'm a nice guy. Why don't I have a girlfriend that looks like that?
OV, real life beer.
Continental Engine Rebuilders specialize in complete engine rebuilding with a parts department offering all engine parts for automotive, farm, and industrial engines. Specialists in crankshaft grinding, cylinder head reconditioning, flywheel resurfacing, brake disc and drum turning, and brake shoe relining. Continental Engine Rebuilders, specialists in complete engine rebuilding. 1404 Scar Street. Call 352-7668.
Gee, you've lost a lot since then.
What, my style?
No, your hair.
When it's possible to change the situation, why not do something about it? That's why I trusted my hair loss problems to the expert at Airfax. A volumeter doesn't change my life, but it sure makes it a little fuller. Airfax can help you get back that youthful look.
Visa, MasterCard accepted. Don't miss out.
12-point game now. The Ottawa Roughriders trailing Saskatchewan 31-19 with 12:46 left in the fourth quarter. Albert Brown with the kickoff return is only up to the Saskatchewan 38-yard line.
Well, David Williams gets into the end zone, and he knows where that soft spot's going to be. And you're going to see how he finds it. Watch him start to sell to the inside. And once he does that, he settles down near the sidelines, as I said, between the two defensive backs. And Allen puts it right to him. And Allen knows it has to get there in time. There's no real time to set up. He gets himself set, but not in a good throwing position because timing is important, and he couldn't wait much longer with Larry Hogue coming in there.
Third touchdown pass of the day for Allen. 22nd of the year as Austin finds Elgard on first down, and he's grabbed and hauled down at the 41-yard line of Saskatchewan. Austin, the #1 rated quarterback in the CFL in the league's passing efficiency ratings, and Damon Allen rated #2. And Austin has had a pretty good day. 2 interceptions. The only blot really on that set of statistics. Second down and 4, Saskatchewan at the Saskatchewan 41. The wind favors Saskatchewan decidedly in this fourth quarter. Flags are down as the pass is incomplete, intended for Mark Guy.
Well, Saskatchewan showing a change in the formation. They sent 31 Lucius Floyd all the way out to the wide side of the field and lined him up as a wide receiver.
And they've called
76.
offside against Lloyd Lewis.
Offside. Ottawa 76, not giving.
What a costly penalty again, Neil, for Ottawa. They've taken 2 or 3 of those where they've given Saskatchewan another chance to make a first down, and I think they've just taken another objectionable conduct penalty.
Okay, we're going to take it up 10. It'll be first down.
It was going to be 2nd and 1. Now you're going to, as you said, Bob, add 10 to it. So it's 1st and 10.
Delay of the game. Ottawa 44 kicking the ball after it was set down. First down.
Well, that's something you seldom see. Brian Warren, I didn't see him, but he gets obviously kicked the football and gets a delay of game penalty, which in this instance could, I think, almost be called objectionable conduct as well. So Saskatchewan's into Ottawa territory the easy way, and Ken Austin looks long for Mark Guy. Good coverage by Troy Wilson and Derek White.
Well, that kind of coverage makes it tough on Austin. We have a defensive back behind the receiver and one, and this one, Troy Wilson, in front. He really has to drop it in a basket, and with this wind, it's even tougher to put it in exactly the spot that you want it. It's a good defensive play and coverage.
Well, look at that. Saskatchewan scored more points against the wind than they have with it. And I don't know how you'd ever explain that. They have the wind with them now. In this fourth quarter, they're 2nd and 10 at the Ottawa 54. Austin to Floyd coming out of the backfield, and he has a first down at the Ottawa 43-yard line. Brett Young with a good hard tackle, but Floyd with the hard running picks up enough for the first down.
31 Floyd, he'll release. Watch the backs cross downfield. Elgard's going across the top. I'm sorry. Floyd comes underneath. There was no one there because Holmes had blitzed. The ideal call in a situation like that.
Lucius Floyd landing very hard on his back. But still in the game from the Ottawa 43. 1st and 10. Austin completes to Milson Jones. Nice catch by Jones down the sideline and deeper into Ottawa territory, their 23-yard line.
An offense that was quiet, somewhat quiet in the third quarter by comparison to what they'd done in the first half, has all of a sudden come alive, and they've got Milson Jones out trying to be covered by middle linebacker Bruce Holmes, and all you need is a step, and when the ball is thrown in the right spot like that one was, it makes it awfully tough to cover.
Saskatchewan from the Ottawa 23 now. 10:23 left, fourth quarter. Austin to Narcisse at the 15, and he's into the 13-yard line. Close to another Saskatchewan first down.
Once again, they get an inside receiver clearing out. This time it's Lucius Floyd. He keeps going, makes it tough on 27. Daniel Hunter, he has to come around. Floyd going upfield and get to Narcisse. By the time he does, the ball's well on its way, and it's a reception.
Narcisse continues to roll up the catches. Well into double figures. He's caught 11 now. Second down and inches. Austin keeps off the left side. Flags fly as he makes the first down.
Well, you have to know how far a yard is.
Offside. Ottawa not giving a yard. First down.
When you put that hand down, you've got, after all this so far in this season, you got to know where a yard is.
I won't argue with you. You'd think you'd know.
First down,
But Ottawa was offside, and so it'll be first down Saskatchewan. They made the first down anyway, but they take the penalty. They're on the 9. First and goal. Austin, and he won't get it away. He is sacked by Glenn Kulka, who got there to drop Kent Austin, and they haven't done that much this afternoon, the Ottawa defense.
Oh, Kulka does it all on his own from the outside. See him come in. He beats the block by Vic Stevenson. Stevenson pushes him up to the outside. If Austin had been able to just step up a bit more, but Kulka gets that big arm of his out and gets a hold of Austin's shoulder pads and sweater.
Second down and goal. Saskatchewan at the Ottawa 16-yard line. Austin for Narcisse, and it's no good. Brett Young looked like he lost his footing on the play and then was able to get up and break up the play.
Covering with Narcisse was Brett Young.
Not only a great recovery, but good quickness to get to the ball. I think we're going to see it downfield. Austin turns back to throw that throwback. You're right, he goes down, puts his hand down to keep his balance, keeps his head up and sees what the receiver's going to do, and then just jumps and gets in the way.
2 interceptions for Brett Young. He's had a good day. Kulka a little bit injured on that play. Austin is now 23 out of 34 for 282 yards as he closes in on another 300-yard game. Little poetry in the stands here at Taylor Field. Thank you.
Stay outside!
Okay. Well, it's late in the day. 22-yard field goal try by Dave Ridgway, and it's good. And Saskatchewan has a 34-19 lead with 8:43 left in the fourth quarter.
No matter what you gotta do, it's around the clock freshness that says to you, you've always got time for Tim Hortons. No one says no to teas like this. It's around the clock freshness, round the clock freshness. Always got time for Tim Hortons.
All right, let's see it. Yeah, Dave. Okay, ready?
Get into a new thing. Highway. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Spice the right thing. Come on and do some highway. Get into a new thing.
Looks great, Dave. When's she gonna let you drive it?
Highway.
Spicy, zesty hot wings from Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now available in Canada. Get them while they're hot.
Your security and peace of mind are important to the people at Cook's Insurance, your SGI agent. We offer all-risk coverage on your home, protecting you from fire, theft, wind damage, and other perils. Our SGI Auto Pack protects the investment you've made in your vehicle. And our all-risk business insurance protects you from fire, theft, and the expense of business interruptions. Your insurance broker understands today's need for full coverage and offers complete insurance service. Remember, you're safe with SGI and Cook's Insurance, 2151 Albert.
This doesn't look good for Glenn Kulka. He appears to be in a lot of pain, and you can tell by the way he's reacting that he perhaps believes this is a serious knee injury. We hope not. Ottawa with the ball from their 35, 1st and 10 after the Ridgeway field goal. Damon Allen to David Conrad on a draw play. And there are flags down. 8.5 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and Ottawa is called for procedure.
Movement along the offensive line. 65, Gerald Roper gets a bit of a kick start there.
Procedure. Ottawa 65. Decline.
Roper was one of the Ottawa players who I guess had a lot to say this week. Actually, during the game last week is when the Saskatchewan player said he did a lot of talking on the field. But he had lots of company, Roper, in the talking department. Damon Allen sacked by Gary Lewis back at the 27-yard line.
When Damon Allen drops back, you're going to see a point where he wants to throw the ball quickly, right there. That wasn't open, so he continues back. The hot pattern's taken away, but just the persistence of Klingbeil and Lewis who gets the sack. Good pressure, good push upfield, taking away that lane where Allen can step up and run upfield.
So Baker will have to punt into the wind. 8 minutes left. Baker hits it low. And it's out to the Ottawa 48 and picked up by Mark Guy and returned to the 41. Good field position for Saskatchewan as they enjoy a 15-point advantage.
Recovered by Mark Guy.
Get to Harvey's before October 14th and you're in for a very big surprise. It's Harvey's Big Deal. You get a big, juicy, charbroiled Harvey's hamburger. You get to top it off with a big, and I do mean big, beautiful choice of toppings. You get a big bunch of golden French fries. And until October 14th, you'll get the Big Deal for the little price of just $3.09. And to make the Big Deal even bigger, Harvey's will throw in a big 11-piece Rolo for free. Well, what are you waiting for? Harvey's. Beautiful choice.
Good paint is easy to apply without dripping or bubbling, and in independent tests, Para performed as well or better than 6 other leading paints, some costing much more. Looking for a paint you can feel comfortable with? Para performs. Good paint is a thing of beauty, and scrubbability helps it stay that way. In independent tests, Para performed as well or better than 6 other leading paints, some costing much more. Pick the paint with a clean reputation. Para performs.
I saw it. I wanted it. I bought it.
At Taylor Motors Sales, we have the right vehicle for you at the right price.
When I buy a vehicle, one of my first considerations is the service department. The service at Taylor Motors Sales just can't be beat.
This will sound like a cliche, but I know almost nothing about cars.
At Taylor Motors Sales, the customer comes first. We're ready to make it easier.
So what they're saying is that Taylor Motors Sales is the only choice.
Our commitment to service and quality are more than just words. After all, satisfaction is tailor-made.
Glenn Kulka was helped off the last series on defense. He will not return. You can see the ice on his left knee, and he's a little bit jittery, so you know it's causing him some discomfort.
And it just, if you can read his mind, you know he thinks it's the type of injury that might have him out for a while.
Oh, we hope not.
1st and 10, Saskatchewan, Ottawa 41. Milson Jones. And he's across the 35 to the 33, and now we have some jousting going on between Stuman and Mike Anderson. Jacques DeCarry will have to really keep an eye on things, Neil, because there was a lot of talk between these two teams on the field last week when they played in Ottawa and during the week. And if Saskatchewan takes complete control of the game, as they have a chance to do on this drive, they'll have to keep an eye on things. Well, the game started good for Saskatchewan. They scored first in the first quarter. And then again, Ray Elgard on a pass from Kent Austin to go up 14-0 after the first quarter. Dave Ridgway made it 17-0. Milson Jones with a touchdown on a short run, and it was 24-0 Saskatchewan. They increased it to 31-0 with Lucius Floyd catching a pass before David Williams got Ottawa's first points with 5 seconds left in the first half. Dan Johnston scored for Ottawa midway through the third, and then David Williams with a touchdown early in the fourth quarter before Dave Ridgway kicked a field goal for Saskatchewan.
And to remind everyone that 17 of those points in the first half by Saskatchewan were scored going against that tough win.
In the second quarter, David Conrad. You better make that Paul Bushy. Conrad plays for Ottawa, doesn't he? But he wears 25, so I had the number right. Bushy carrying.
Well, he comes in for Milson Jones. We saw Jones leave with that bump in his left knee. Bushy takes a handoff, and again, the guard pulls, but good upfield pursuit by the defensive back, 21, Brett Young. He did not step down. He stayed on the line of scrimmage and got Bushy.
Bushy runs a lot like Conrad, doesn't he? keep trying, Bob. Dave Ridgway will attempt a 42-yard field goal. 6.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Suter puts it down. And what did you expect? Ridgway puts it through, and Saskatchewan now has a 37-19 lead.
CFL Priority Courier Player of the Week. The offensive player for week number 9 is Saskatchewan's Kent Austin. Using a surgeon's precision, the Roughriders quarterback dissected the Winnipeg defense en route to a 55-11 thrashing of the Blue Bombers in their annual Labor Day Classic. Austin rushed for 1 TD and completed 18 of 27 passes for 390 yards and 4 TDs. Kent Austin, CFL Priority Courier Offensive Player of the Week.
Damon Allen has Stephon Jones wide open at the 40 of Saskatchewan. He's into the 30, the 29-yard line. But there is a flag on the play. Back around center field.
Right in front of the Saskatchewan bench, too.
And it's going against the Ottawa Roughriders, and Steve Goldman is a little upset. He can't believe that all the calls, when all the penalties go against you, you have a little trouble with it, because it never seems it should be that one-sided. Illegal substitution is the call.
It means he goes off the field.
Illegal participation. Ottawa number 89 going out of bounds and coming back to participate in the play. First down repeated.
Now, Jones, I guess, would argue that he was forced off the field. Neil, as you pointed out earlier, when that happens, you can come back on, but the officials ruled otherwise. Boy, it sure takes a big play away from Ottawa, and they're first down and 20 from their 25. Allen for Stephon Jones again, this time up to the 40-yard line, and there'll be a late hit on David Albright.
One that, by the looks of Damon Allen, does not affect Allen. He comes up with a smile on his face. He throws a good strike downfield to Stephon Jones. Here comes big Brian Illebrun out front to protect. He makes a block, but right there, that's the shot that pulls the flag.
Roughing the passer, Saskatchewan 39, first down.
Well, if I was Albright, I wouldn't be happy with that call. He was almost on Allen as he released the ball, had committed himself. And
it's awfully tough when you're extended and ready to go pop somebody to pull off.
Well, he couldn't have on that play. First and 10, Ottawa from center field. Allen for David Williams in the pass high. 5:29 left in the game. Saskatchewan leading 37-19. And that's Jeff Bentram warming up. And that's Tony Rice from Notre Dame warming up. Whether he'll get a chance to play or not, we'll see. 2nd and 10, Ottawa from center field. Allen slips, as he's done a number of times today, and is down at the 50.
He's got pressure and he wants to come off, and you know, when you make that step before you start to accelerate, there's an awful lot of pressure, and he slips. And that's frustrating. You know, when the turf's in good shape, there's no taper, and it's not slippery as far as being wet, there should be no reason on AstroTurf or OmniTurf that you slip. But he's done it on a couple of occasions.
Yeah. And again, this turf with the sand base, and there's no one like it in the CFL, does create those problems for visiting teams. Saskatchewan, no trouble at all with it. The punt partially blocked by the Roughriders down to the Saskatchewan 40-yard line. And Patrick Wayne is right there to fall on Albert Brown, who fell on the ball. We'll be in Toronto on the Canadian Football Network Thursday night. The Calgary Stampeders and the Argos, 7:30 Eastern Time. Toronto 6-5 and just 2 behind first place Winnipeg in the East now. And then it's Ottawa at Edmonton Friday night, Commonwealth Stadium. The Ottawa Roughriders will go home tonight after this game and then fly to Edmonton on Thursday for the Friday matchup with the Eskimos. Jeff Bentram on to quarterback the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Kent Austin falls just short of another 300-yard passing day.
Hi, buddy, back home in Nashville. I love y'all. Talk to you soon.
First down and 10, Saskatchewan, Ottawa 54. Lucius Floyd, a delayed handoff, and he picks up 3 yards. 4 minutes, 21 seconds left.
Hey, we got these guys back. I don't think Cole could finish the game, did he? Maybe he should be playing flag football.
Touche. Kulka, of course, said at the beginning of our telecast and during the week that if Austin didn't like being hit, he should take up flag football to explain that. And Austin gets the last laugh today.
Yeah, but I haven't heard Kulka complain about it yet.
Bentram hands off to Lucius Floyd, and he's across the 50 down to the 47-yard line. I guess that comment, as much as anything, Neil, underlines the bitterness that has developed between these two teams in the last 2 weeks. And again, when you play back-to-back, imagine if teams played each other 3 weeks in a row. It'd be a war zone the third week, wouldn't it?
That'd drive you crazy. You get so tired of watching the same game tapes over and over. Number one.
Offside, Saskatchewan 84, decline, 3rd down.
Well, there's only one more chance that these two teams could gnaw at each other, and that'll be the final game of the year if they're both fortunate enough to make it. The Grey Cup in Vancouver.
They won't play again in the regular season. This is the 2nd and final meeting, and they'll split their games. And Dave Ridgway will attempt a 54-yard field goal, a big win behind him. He shouldn't have any trouble getting it there. And he doesn't. And he pulled it just wide to the left. He didn't miss by much. We got the signal at the last second from the official. That'll go for a single point, and it'll put Saskatchewan ahead 38-19. Well, the story today, Saskatchewan with 31 first half points, Ottawa only 6. David Williams has a couple of touchdowns for Ottawa. Don Narcisse has been the main target of Kent Austin, 11 catches for 122 yards. And Brett Young has been strong in the Ottawa defense with a couple of interceptions. But it's been Saskatchewan's game, 37-19, 38-19 now. They lead with 3:27 to go. Damon Allen from his 46 wants to throw a screen and does to David Conrad. And he's up across the 50 to the 53 for a gain of about 6 yards for Ottawa.
You look back on how this game started with Ottawa going into the wind and controlling the football and really put a good drive together, but very quickly turned around by Richie Hall, who intercepted a Damon Allen pass and took it down. And from that point on, Saskatchewan really hasn't looked back.
And a seemingly safe 19-point lead for Saskatchewan over Ottawa with 3 minutes left.
In Canada, certain formal situations call for a dignified, refined approach. It's called playing it cool. Molson Canadian. The clean, cold taste of a genuine Canadian beer. What beer's all about.
Mozzarella, cheddar, Monterey Jack. Cheese lovers, pan pizza's back. And a medium's going fast for only $9.99. To top that, your choice of extra toppings, just 99 cents each. Hurry.
The warmth and comfort of the family home begins with a fireplace from Estevan Brick. Estevan Brick offers a choice of quality fireplaces and wood-burning stoves with installation available. Consider the Osborne wood stove. Osborne engineering means more heat, less emissions, increased efficiency, and lower fuel consumption and cost. Or BIS high-tech heating. BIS builds state-of-the-art fireplaces with the efficiency of a controlled combustion stove. Available from Estevan Brick, 140 6th Avenue East, Regina.
Less than 3 minutes separates Saskatchewan from its 6th win of the year as Damon Allen throws long down the left side. No good, intended for David Williams. Double covered by Albert Brown and Glenn Suter.
Ridgway's attempt at a long field goal. Watch it drift to the left. Hits the goalpost, which means it's a dead ball.
Well, had it gone through, it would have been okay, but it went outside to the left. Third down and 3 for the Ottawa Roughriders at their 53, and they will go for it, down by 19. Damon Allen gets away from the rush and throws it long, and it's intercepted at the Saskatchewan 20.
Well, Damon Allen comes out of what looked like was going to be a sack situation, and he has a receiver open, Ellingson down the sidelines, but when Allen starts to run, Richie Hall downfield starts to make that adjustment. And he starts to back up and close the distance with the ball hanging in the air a little bit. See, Richie Hall gets that hit around just at the right time. Identifies where the receiver is, and then turns for the ball. I thought Allen was going down by Jurison right there.
Well, his quickness got him out of trouble. Richie Hall's 2nd interception of the day, 6th of the year. Orville Lee on first down for Saskatchewan has a good gain of 18 yards up to their 39-yard line. Richie Hall made a big interception in the first quarter, bringing it back 65 yards to the Saskatchewan 4, and that set up the Saskatchewan Roughriders' first touchdown, and they were on their way.
There's another flag on the opposite sidelines close to the Ottawa bench.
Well, they've called objectionable conduct against Ottawa.
Objectionable conduct, Ottawa bench. Objectionable conduct, Ottawa number 14, first down.
Well, you know, you see coaches thrown out of hockey games sometimes. I've never seen one thrown out of a football game, have you? Saskatchewan from the Ottawa 51-yard line. Bent from around the right side. There's a flag down.
That'll be holding, I think, on number 22 for Saskatchewan, Orville Lee. When Bentram started to skate to the outside, Lee had his man blocked, but the defender tried to go with the quarterback, and there was a bit of a tug there.
2 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Saskatchewan
holding Saskatchewan 22, first down repeated.
Leading Ottawa by 19 points and with a chance to move within 1 point of second place Calgary in the West. A win would put Saskatchewan to 6-5. That's the 31st penalty in this game.
Total.
Oh. That's staggering. Orville on a draw on first down and 20, and he'll lose a couple more yards. Brian Warren in on the stop. Saskatchewan, the least penalized team in the CFL.
That's why last week John Gregory was so shocked to have, was it 13 penalties that took them out of field goal range on a number of occasions, really took scoring chances away from them.
The fewest number of penalties and the fewest penalty yardage against Saskatchewan coming into this game. 2nd and 22. Bentram throws to Elgard, and he's to the Ottawa 41-yard line and close to a first down.
Well, Bentram, who came in last week at Lansdowne Park when Austin went down, ended up throwing 4 interceptions, and according to John Gregory, really deviated away from the game plan. I think he's going to enjoy a chance to get, I guess, even or get back in the good books of his coaching staff to show, yes, hey, I can go in and still do the job. I might have strayed a bit last week, but it won't happen again.
Well, a big part of their game plan is throwing the ball to Ray Elgard on plays like that. Lucius Floyd on a first down carry gets a yard, maybe 2 across the 40, close to the Ottawa 39. A minute 44 left. 38-19. Saskatchewan in front. Saskatchewan will play in Winnipeg next Sunday. That'll be interesting because Saskatchewan beat Winnipeg 55-11 here on Labor Day weekend. And Ottawa will be in Edmonton next Friday. We'll have that on CFN.
It doesn't get any easier for Ottawa, I'm sorry.
No, it doesn't. Bentram on 2nd and 9 again to Elgard to the 29-yard line. Now, the Ottawa Roughriders knew they were going to be up against something this afternoon at Taylor Field, and it'll be exactly the same at Commonwealth Stadium, maybe even more so against the 8-3 Edmonton Eskimos. Those are the main man of the receiving corps for Saskatchewan with Fairholm out. Elgard and Narcisse, 17 catches between them. Bentram to pass. And he throws, and it's complete to Narcisse. His 12th reception, and he'll be close to a first down. A minute 3 left.
Boy, Narcisse takes this ball away from 2 defenders. They had a chance to knock it down, and Narcisse keeps coming back to Bentram. He waits for the football. It's knocked down. No question about it.
It will be 2nd and 2. Ball over 20.
Clock is running, as you see, down to 55 seconds. Saskatchewan 2nd down and a couple at the Ottawa 20-yard line. Hand off on the left side, and they have a first down as we watch Bushy carrying the ball again. Neil, as we watch this game wind down, I think of our meeting with John Gregory yesterday and just how calm and relaxed and confident he was. What worries you? Nah, nothing. We'll be fine. We'll be okay. Kept saying that over and over again. We'll be fine. Now we see what he means.
Well, he's got confidence in his players and obviously his assistant coaches, and that the system that they initiate for each game will be a good one. You're going to run into bad luck. He understands that. He's seen plenty of it, as all head coaches have over their careers. But he's confident that these players that he has suited up for each game are the guys that can do it for him again.
Bentram throws complete to the 5-yard line. Touchdown, Narcisse.
Good execution on the behalf of both Bentram, who makes a quick choke pass here, pulls it back in and allows Narcisse to get some separation, gets the ball in there before he gets into the area where Patrick Wayne is coming across. And that man there has had himself a good day.
Nice job. Okay.
I mean, the pressure naturally goes on other receivers when you know a guy like Ray Elgard, with the absence of Jeff Fairholm in the offense, is going to receive more attention as far as coverage goes. So it's the responsibility of the other players, in this case receivers, to pull in a bit of the slack. Here's that first pump fake. He wants to get the ball in there. There wasn't there, so he knows he'll bring it back up, let the play mature a bit, and then complete it about 4 strides later, and that's what he does.
13 catches on the game for Don Narcisse, 145 yards, and that's his first touchdown, his 6th of the year. and it's 45-19 Saskatchewan, and they're close to the 50 that Pal Sartori, the Saskatchewan offensive coach, predicted they would get. So Steve Goldman and his team will have to head home tonight and regroup, get ready for the Edmonton Eskimos. Not exactly a joyous task.
No, it's not a trip to Hawaii either, is it?
No, but it is a trip to Alberta.
Yeah.
Stacey Dawsey brings the kickoff back and fumbles it at the 27-yard line of Ottawa, and Saskatchewan has it. David Pitcher. Rookie pitcher recovering, will be in Toronto Thursday for the Calgary Stampeders, fresh off a win over Winnipeg and the Argos, who walloped Hamilton last night. And then Friday, we will have Ottawa at Edmonton, 9:30 Eastern Time at Commonwealth Stadium. Craig Ellis in your picture, and what a season he is having.
Oh, you look at both slot backs and that are going to come into that game. Daryl Smith for Toronto, who's having himself a whale of a season, and as Craig Ellis is. I believe 2 top receivers in the league this year at this point are both slot backs, Smith and Elgard.
Objectionable conduct, disqualification, Ottawa number 14.
That is the 18th penalty against the Ottawa Roughriders. Scott Flagel is ejected from the game. 13 seconds to go. As Flagel leaves,
is escorted.
and of course he has to walk right by the Saskatchewan bench, a chorus of boos as he heads into the tunnel and off the field.
You think this ball's going to go in the end zone? Or are they going to try to put it in?
Yes, in a word.
Yeah, I think so too.
Jeff Bentram and the Saskatchewan Roughriders with 13 seconds left. Bentram is back to pass. Yes, indeed, he'll go in the end zone. But Narcisse, who would have been the intended receiver, was knocked off his pass route and wound up on one of the little hills where they actually sell seats when the crowds are big.
Well, you've heard of post patterns and corner patterns. This is a bit of a post, corner, and then hill pattern. Well, still have 8 seconds.
Not sure if that bump by Hunter was totally legal. At this stage, it doesn't matter. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10, Saskatchewan from the 17 of Ottawa. Bentram to Elgard. He steps out of bounds at the 6-yard line with a first down and with 4 seconds left. So Saskatchewan will get one more shot at getting 50 points. There's Pal Sartori, the man in the white shirt standing beside John Gregory, the offensive coach, who said to an Ottawa coach after the game in Ottawa, we'll score 50 next week. Bentram will throw for Elgard, and he can't get turned around to catch it, and that is the end of the game. So the Saskatchewan Roughriders will have to settle, and they'll do so happily for a 45-19 win over the Ottawa Roughriders.
Don't replace it. Let Apple repair it before it spreads at no cost with glass coverage. So don't delay. Get it in today.
Green is the color of the Friends of the Riders Grey Cup Lotto 90.
And we mean really green, with over $530,000 worth of prizes.
Kicking off with a major cash prize of over $100,000. And who could pass on this range of luxury GM automobiles?
Plus an incredible trip on the Concorde to Europe and an unbelievable array of merchandise.
And all you have to do is buy a ticket by phoning this number or coming to the Ryder ticket office.
Riders Grey Cup Lotto 90. This year, it's your turn to win.
Make gift shopping easier with Northgate Mall gift certificates in denominations of $5, $10, and $25. Gift certificates are perfect retirement gifts. Use them as sales incentives or staff recognition awards. Each Northgate Mall gift certificate opens the door to 87 stores. Available from the Northgate Mall Administration Office.
Breakfast at Dairy Queen, the next best thing to being at home. Now served at the Park and Victoria location.
Well, Saskatchewan jumped out to a 14-0 first quarter lead, and we're on their way to a 45-19 win over Ottawa. Our Molson MVP, Saskatchewan wide receiver Don Narcisse. Huge day, 13 catches, 145 yards, and a touchdown. Don, congratulations. You went to work on that left side of the Ottawa defense all day. Did you see something there you thought you could go after?
I tell you what, all during the season, everybody been playing me double coverage. And I knew that today I would get a chance to play 101. And I had to go to work, you know, to open things up for rail guard. And, you know, all our receivers, we complement each other. And things worked out fine. Ken spread the ball all over the field, and we just came out here to play.
Don, was there much talk among the players before the game about all the things that were said after the game last week?
No, not at all. We knew that we had to come into the game and didn't make a game out of it. We knew we had to jump right on them, and we have our fans right behind us. And we jumped right out on them, and we took their pride away from them.
How much talking was there on the field? Was there much between the teams?
Well, during the game, they talked a lot after they knew they was losing. And, you know, we kept our composure. We went in at halftime. We knew they was going to try to at least take one player out. So we went in there, kept our composure, and it worked out fine.
Don, you think you guys can still catch the first-place Edmonton Eskimos?
I tell you what, I think the only one who can defeat us is ourselves. I think we can go in there and play ball. You know, we're not all that good. I think if we just play together as a team, I think we could do it.
Don Narcisse, congratulations. 13 catches as Saskatchewan beats the Ottawa Roughriders 45-19. Statistically, you see the edge reflected as the score would tell you. Saskatchewan with 33 first downs.
These are the mean machines. Watch closely now and you will see they can hurt you. They can cut you. These are the mean machines.
This is Carl and Terry. Like many youngsters in the CHAMP program, they lost their limbs in accidents. That's why CHAMP say,
whatever game you play, play safe.
Play safe.
Computer networking with Novell. TTL Computer Concepts Certified Netware Engineer will help you plan and design your network system, from choosing the right hardware to complete installation of the network. TTL Computer Concepts, 1415 Albert Street. Contact us for more information.
Wheatland Fireplace, your complete wood and gas-burning home heating center. With 30 years of combined experience, friendly service, and fireplaces and stoves in everyone's price range. Come in and see our selection and take home the clean burning efficiency of wood and gas-burning fireplaces or stoves. At Wheatland, every purchase is a value investment. Our installation is guaranteed, with certified installers ready to service your fireplace or stove. Above all, quality is what we believe in. Come in out of the cold, come to Wheatland Fireplace, 946 Park Street, Regina.
Floyd's Rent-A-Car and Auto Service goes that extra step to satisfy you. Locally owned and operated, Floyd's offers low rates by the day, week, or month, and free pickup from the airport and hotels. Special insurance rates are available, and you can choose new or older vehicles to suit your budget. Floyd's also has a reliable service department for your automotive repair needs. Floyd's Rent-A-Car and Auto Service, 1706 Francis Street, 3 blocks north of Victoria Avenue East.
Come with us on the Canadian Football Network to Toronto for a Thursday game, Calgary and the Argos, and then to Edmonton for Ottawa and the Eskimos. From Taylor Field in Regina, it was Saskatchewan 45 and Ottawa 19. Goodbye from Regina. This program is protected by copyright. Any reproduction in whole or in part without the written permission of Molestar Communications is prohibited. Our coverage of Canadian professional football continues Thursday when most of you will see Calgary at Toronto at 7:30 Eastern Time on Molson Canadian Football Network.
You've been watching the CFL on STV.